to lead the Skol chant and sound the Yaller horn, please welcome the 31st Adjutant General of the Minnesota National Guard, Major General John Jensen.
Well, hello, this is John Randall, Minnesota Vikings legend, and it is my pleasure to say, Minnesota Vikings fans uncensored, are you ready? Keith, get your people up. Let's go. Skol, 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 baby. Let's go.
Hello, Viking fans, fans of the 12-2 Minnesota Vikings. I'm Michael Fish. As you know, we have the captain of positivity, Cody Bowden, the Italian stallion, David Rinaldi, and the Blair Witch Project, he who greets with smoke, Shaq. Man, what a fun show we've got tonight. We're going to recap that Bears game. We're going to go over that Seahawks game. We're going to talk some fun stuff. Skol, Bob, way to get in here early. 18-2, I love it. Yeah. So Keith is doing his Keith thing behind the background, getting everything set up. He'll be joining us momentarily. And fellas, while we're waiting for him to rejoin us, I got one question. It's the last call we got before Christmas 2024. What's your favorite Christmas movie? Go ahead, Cody. Lead us off.
It's Die Hard. It's got to be Die Hard. I don't care. I don't care if you don't think it's a Christmas movie or not. That thing is a Christmas movie. It is on Christmas. Those events are, and it has one of the greatest action hero one-liners of all time. The yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker. I mean, you can't beat that line. It's so out there, and it just made Bruce Willis an action star. You know, and with Bruce Willis got his stuff going on right now, he's not going to be in any movies because of his health issues and stuff. Yep. But I would like to believe he threw that Russian off that building, and that Russian was a Lions fan. So I'm 100% believer that he is a Vikings fan all the way.
There we go.
I was going to say we got introduced to one of the greatest on-screen villains of all time. Rest in peace, Alan Richardson.
Yeah, dude, it was today that I learned that. I watched that movie 10 times, and I'm a Harry Potter fan, and I never realized it was Alan Rickman.
You're Rickman. You're another Harry Potter fan. Oh, that's David. I love you.
How?
What's up, Purple Jesus? What's up, Too Evil? Skol. Who you got, Dave? What's your favorite Christmas movie?
Mine's not a movie, man, but it ain't Christmas unless I see the Charlie Brown Christmas. Vince Guaraldi does the music to that. It is the badassest Christmas music ever. If you haven't listened to it on a soundtrack, do it because it's like so good. It personifies Christmas, but it's also got a little Vikings relation because Charles Schultz, as we all know, is from Minnesota, and that whole Lucy missed the kick, which isn't in the Christmas one, but the whole Lucy missed the kick thing personifies Minnesota Vikings football. Let's go back and kick that football. We're going to win it this year. I don't know. It ain't Christmas without Charlie Brown Christmas.
Skol, Lunk. What up, Shaq? What's your favorite Christmas movie?
So I got to go with the classic. I'd say Home Alone, only because, as a kid growing up, it's Christmas time when they always play the Home Alone movie on TV, and you always get to see the little antics of the Culkin. As a kid, I also want to throw out the little Hallmark Christmas shows that they do. The 25 Days of Christmas. I don't know if you guys familiar with that. When they do the little claymation stop motion of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer and all those little
Yes.
movies.
Oh, like the classic ones?
Yeah, like they came out in the 50s or whatever.
You
Oh,
threw
yeah,
me.
those are great.
You threw me when you said Hallmark. I was like, you fucking watch Hallmark Channel?
Hallmark Channel.
No, that's what I thought too. I was like, oh my god, the babysitter's the killer, but it's a Christmas movie.
I tell you what, guys, I am a fresh convert, as in today I had my opinion changed because at work I was talking to my boy Jamal, and we were talking about the greatest Christmas movies ever, and he enlightened me.
You're gonna snake me.
Rocky IV.
Oh,
It's the greatest Christmas movie ever. And I was just like, you got to be kidding. Oh, my God. It is. Skol, Robbie. Skol, Alfredo. Well, anyway, maybe not. No. What's up, Captain? What's your favorite Christmas movie?
I'm gonna have to go with Christmas Vacation. That's the one that I look forward to watching. That's a classic. It's a good one. It's got a bunch of laughs. Like, I know what's coming. I still laugh. One of the best lines to me is when he's saying like, Merry Christmas, fuck you, kiss his ass, Happy Hanukkah. So
Awesome.
that's one of my favorite. Like, and I like Elf, a contemporary one. I like Elf. That's a good one. But yeah, probably those two are the two I look most forward to watching. Then anything else is just a bonus.
I will say, prior to being converted, mine was the Jim Carrey Grinch.
Very good.
Grinch.
Skol, Lucy.
I still steal that line from the Christmas Vacation every time I go to like a Christmas party at someone else's house. I come out of the bathroom. Hey, Clark! Shitter's full.
No pack, no Alfredo.
Another honorable mention, Jingle All the Way.
Yeah, Jingle All the
Another
Way.
good classic.
Good. It was good.
I love
Was
the old school
Was that
Christmas movies, I
Sinbad's
guess.
last movie?
You said what?
Was that Sinbad's last, good movie?
Was it its only good movie?
Damn.
Was he in Kazam or was that
No.
Mandela Effect?
All right, fellas. Well, let's jump into a little bit of Skol news here. A little bit of heartbreaking news here. We lost a player. Andre Carter was picked up by the Las Vegas Raiders.
Mm.
Did you guys hear about that?
Good.
Yeah.
Replacing with
Did you guys even remember that Andre Carter was on this team?
Not this year.
Who?
Yeah.
Don't worry, I knew it was over once we drafted Bo. Well, I can't even say drafted. Once we signed Bo Richter.
Yeah, it's a bit of a bummer we didn't get to see who he could be because he had a lot of expectations, but we're so deep at edge. Like he's like Dallas Turner's having a hard time getting out there on the field. This guy was never going to see the field for us.
Expectation is kind of a stretch, though. He's a
Not even
undrafted.
Dallas Turner.
So
Yeah.
is Ivan Pace.
Freaking Bo Richter took his job.
And you have him as an all-pro hot take,
I know.
which is dying. It might be dead. It might be dead, actually.
Well, one got to see the field. I mean, I didn't have expectations. Ivan Pace coming in the game right off the bat as undrafted free agent, but he did.
Early
So
Skol to Peterson. Look at that.
expectations when you just sit on the bench weighing a crisp 185, and yeah, there's no expectations for you, especially at edge. You're a wide receiver.
So, Mike,
Skol, KOC clone.
TLC clone. Well, a guy that I would like to maybe see on the field for us, Calais Campbell. Dolphins said, or there's a rumor saying the Dolphins might be letting him go, so he has a chance to latch on with the contender, as they're likely not making the playoffs, and he's in his 38th season, so he's looking to latch on somewhere for the end of the season. Michael Fish, how you feel about that?
It's never too late. Man, I wanted him in the offseason. He was the guy I wanted. I feel like he can still play. I'm not saying he could take over a game. I will say that considering how our interior defensive line has performed, I don't know how much of an upgrade he would be over any of them, but he might be a little bit. And maybe in like a pressure cooker situation, he might, just the difference might be that experience and that being able to stay cool and composite and play within himself, especially against, say, like a hyper mobile quarterback, where he could maintain his lane and do the smart plays and keep things contained. And I still think he can snuff the point of attack on the run play. So I would love it, man. I've been a Calais Campbell fan for 37 of his 38 years in the league.
Well, they become a free agent by getting cut, Brian. Okay, they don't start as a free agent. They need to get cut. And the truth is, he would have to pass through waivers for us to actually be able to sign him because we're pretty low on the pull. But most playoff teams are pretty low on the waivers. But yes, any team could cut a player and they can be signed. That's how Dalvin Cook ended up on the Ravens last year.
Mm.
What's up, Emerson?
Skol, Emerson.
I mean, why not? Why not? If he does get cut, why not sign him? You're 12 wins in. This might not come back around for a couple more years. You know, the way we are hot right now. We're 7 wins in and we're a playoff contending team. More the merrier. Just sign him, put him on the team. Because you never know. We might not see a 12-win team here come next 3 to 5 years. We might not see it next year. Or we might. We just don't know. Might as well sign them now. Just let's go.
You hush your mouth, Cody. We're going to have 12 wins by week 5 next season.
There you go, brother.
We're gonna be
Skol,
a 15-win
George.
team this season.
Yeah, man. We got so if you do sign him, if there's a chance of signing him, it's for 3 games, man. Plus whatever the playoffs happen. I don't see a spot on the roster that we couldn't forfeit. I mean, is Brett Rippin or what guy do you have to forfeit on the roster? Even if he's really situational and you plug him in on 3rd downs just to get some push up the middle, or I mean, is if he's got push left, whatever, man. It would be good to see somebody of that caliber in this defense and see what it looks like when you do it. So yeah, I'm about it. Why not?
I feel like a lot of times the Super Bowl team makes a move like this, and I'm not saying it necessarily propels them, but it just seems like a move like the Super Bowl team makes. Like they go out and get that player that usually it's a player that's been waiting to sign, not necessarily someone that gets cut and they sign them. Like there's usually a free agent, like they're holding out. It's okay, who's in a good playoff position, and then they sign the last 5 weeks of the season in the playoffs. So yeah, I mean, I'm definitely open to it because the middle of our offensive line, flat out, like you guys are saying, I don't know who to replace. I mean, probably replace any one of them because. Except for Redmond, but he has a concussion right now. But that middle of the line's been freaking soft. So I wouldn't feel bad about replacing anybody on that defensive line.
Yeah, and we really didn't do anything at the trade deadline. Contenders at the trade deadline do something to make the playoff push, right? We didn't do nothing. So this could signal to the fan base and all that, yeah, we know where we're at now. Let's roll. And Scully.
I'll say this. I would, if we do pick him up, I hope he's there for at least next year as a on-the-field mentor for our defensive line locker room because he's a good personality. He's been in the league. He's a good veteran. You can hear a lot of his teammates talk about how he has that old soul, that fatherly presence. And we got a young defensive line and plus pretty much a young not secondary, but young defense overall. So I bring him in for the end of this year and spot checks next year.
Better have that fatherly soul. He's about as old enough to be some of these players' dad.
Easy.
All right, well, I just saw that come up and I wanted to see, 11-15. Damn, we might still be here, Tommy. Don't worry about it. Go make that money. So the Vikings won their 7th in a row, fellas. 7 in a row. After we already had a 5-game win streak, we now are on a 7-game win streak. If Lincoln's listening, it's a 7-game win streak right now that we're on. After beating the Bears 30-12 to move to 12-2. Come on, guys. Like none of us predicted this. Like when we were doing the predictions or we were doing the schedule with the audience and everything before the season started, we were going 11-6 and someone's like, man, we're being homers are a little too optimistic here. We're homers are optimistic because we had us going 11-6. We're 12-2 right now. It's freaking amazing. This game was important because it started the 4th quarter of our season. And it was the first game we needed to get that one out of the way. And that's what it felt like to me. It felt like a game that we just had to get out of the way.
Mm-hmm.
It had its lulls, but the team came in, they did what they were supposed to do. The start was the funnest thing to me, like the pregame, like when they were showing all the fans waving the flags around, the music's going, Joe Mauer out there doing the horn. That was fun to me, the intros. And then the game kind of was a letdown from there for most of the game. Would you agree with that, Rinaldi?
Yeah, I mean, look, we're sort of on pace for an incredible year. I had us at 9 wins. Then I had us at 11. Now we got 12. So what are you going to do about it? We are playing football to a level that no one had expected. It's almost boring when you play a team and blow them out. It's kind of what we expect. But look at, man, at the end of the day, whatever we get out of this team has already been a lot of fun. I'm on a glory ride now, man. I'm digging it. It's just fun to do. And I hope it continues. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if we won the last 3 games. And I wouldn't be surprised if we went 1-2. It doesn't even matter at this point. It's all cake, man. We are now playing with house money. People don't like saying that. I've been saying it all year. We are playing with house money. We're 12-2. Let's go.
How's the house money like when we're talking about? But we're expecting to win, and we're talking about potential Super Bowl. It's not house money anymore. Like we feel like we're contenders now.
It's house money because based on the actual definition of what house money is. I just won 7 hands in a row. That's house money. If I lose a little bit of it, it don't matter. I still got a shot to win it back. That's house money, baby.
I walked in the casino with $20. I won $2,000. I got house money. That's basically what we did in the season.
It's the
definition.
So Cody, you're on a playoff wins. You're on a playoff wins success now, right, Cody? Then this is house money. A playoff wins a successful season to you now.
Football is a success, no matter what.
Okay,
that should be everybody's team. Everybody's thing should be that's a success. You don't win a Super Bowl, then you just played for draft position. That's all you did.
I don't know. Like you guys are talking about walking into the casino and winning money. I don't know. I go to the casino, I win money, and then I lose it. I'm pretty pissed off and disappointed.
You gotta know the definition of house money. It's like
it depends on how much you lose.
You came in the season or the casino with your last $5. You're like, you know what? Throw it all in one, and you won $5,000. Now you have house money. You do whatever you want.
Okay, but then you go and play with that house money, and you leave with less than $5.
Then
that's your fault. That's your fucking fault.
But that's what happens. That's what happens if you're considering this season house money, because we want to win a Super Bowl, and we're gonna be mad if we don't.
Well, you're going to be mad if we don't. I'm going to take that. I'm going to take the $1,500 and fold it and put it in my other pocket and play with the $500. That's it. And I'm going to walk out with $1,500.
Super Bowl.
I'm gonna. If we lose, I'm gonna walk back out with $5. We came in the season knowing that we suck.
Yeah, exactly.
I didn't come here knowing that we sucked. I didn't think that we sucked.
I did.
It changes everything for next year anyway.
I didn't think 12 wins, but I thought 10. Sure.
It changes next year's outlook too. You know, you put a good roster together. You know you can win. It's not like if you don't win the Super Bowl, you've lost everything. You got a team. You put a real roster together.
Like Bob said, it's the coins you find in the couch, and that's what we did to build this roster. And we're rolling.
It just sounds like you guys are protecting yourself because you think that we're not going to win the Super Bowl.
I can't get 7 fucking wins on the year, guy. I had 0.
Yeah, I understand that, but like your expectations can change. They don't have to stay. Well, in March I said 7 wins, so damn it, I have to stick with that. Anything else is freaking peachy.
And I
don't have to be that guy.
I said Super Bowl about 4 or 5 weeks ago.
Okay, so then it's not house money anymore. The expectation has changed.
I've never said Super Bowl once.
I'm at $4,995 on a Super Bowl right now, but I'm still walking out with $5. The money I came in with.
Yeah, man.
No matter what, I'm pretty sure all of us agreed this at worst a B- season. At worst.
Yeah, I'd give it a B-. That at 70%. If we don't win a Super Bowl, I'll give it that.
So I'm pretty sure coming into the season, we was like, we just hoping to win a couple games, see what JJ McCarthy got going, and then plan for next year. So
yeah, what we should have did is did a win total after JJ went down.
I don't know. I became a millionaire, and I walked home with the $1 million, but I don't want to end up losing that $1 million later. So no, like my expectations changed. I wanted to compete for a playoff spot, and we did that. So we exceeded my expectations, but now my expectations have changed.
Yeah,
it's not house money anymore. I'm a millionaire now. I want to continue to live like a millionaire. I don't want to eventually lose it.
What was your
thing is, Keith, is your analogy says I'm a millionaire now, but I need 10 million.
Yeah.
I mean,
and their
I'm not gonna
analogy
stop.
is we're a millionaire now, and so long as we stay millionaires, we're going to be good.
Not that I don't
as long
want the 10 million.
as long as
I
we don't
want the
spend any
10
money
million.
ever again.
Trying to find
All
it.
I know is a lot of us were saying that this year, the expectations weren't that high, and next year was where the window really opened. Skol, Mike Brady, he has now entered. You may be free to move about the
That's
cabin.
Brian Peterism.
Peterism.
Yeah, he's the one that
Well,
says
no, he was
next
saying 3
year.
losses in a disaster.
He said that would be the best thing to happen this season because the real window's next year.
I actually don't disagree with him.
Yeah, that's not a bad argument. It wasn't a bad argument when he came in and explained it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So what are our draft picks doing for us right now to help us win?
Yeah.
I'm not saying it from a draft pick. If you're asking me, I don't think.
So why would winning 3 games be beneficial to us winning a Super Bowl next year?
Why would winning 3 games?
Better-
I thought you said losing
better
3
player?
games.
No. Peter said winning 3 games would be the best thing to happen to us because our window's next year.
Well, okay, Keith. Let me.
That's
go
what you disagreed with.
Yeah, no. What I'm saying is I don't care if we lose a couple games before the end of the season because
Yeah, well, that's not what I said though.
Yeah.
I don't think
So, Keith, it's not all just dependent on the draft picks. Hey, if we only win 3 games this year, guess what? We got a 4th place schedule, which means our path is easier through the season.
I don't buy into that anymore because where you finish, it changes 2 to 3 games.
I don't believe in windows with this team, in my opinion. After watching this year, this is the window. It did open.
This is the window. I'll give you that.
This is the window.
Ask the Lions after this past weekend if that one game didn't make a difference.
Does the
They
window
got the Bills. We didn't.
Does the window close next year? Probably, maybe. I don't know. Does the window stay open? I don't know. There's no windows for this team. The window comes up on the year.
Michael Fish, I got you on record saying that our strength of schedule was harder than the Lions coming into the season. So how did it help them being in first place?
I think I said that it didn't look like there was much difference, but then I pointed to just a couple of games.
You said 1 game.
I think, as a matter of fact, I once made a hot take saying that the Lions were going to finish last in the division and pointed to the Bills game and pointed to the who'd they play the week before?
Packers.
Pointed to the 49ers and said that's the reason why we're going to beat them is because they were going to lose those games.
There was earlier games too. I think it was the Packers too, and they already won that one.
Yeah.
But we have to play them. But we have to play them too.
Yeah. At home.
So all I'm saying is you played 2 teams from a division that you finished the same as. So like only winning 3 games is not a yay. Our schedule's easier next year type of thing, in my opinion.
No, well, I can tell you this about the Bears game. If we go back to what we were talking about, the Bears recap, right? We're the only NFC North team to beat them by more than a score. So
Yeah, they've been feisty for the most part. Even in their losses, they've been feisty. I mean, people are like just telling us how awful they are. I just think that they were run awfully.
Yeah.
To fire everybody during the season the way they did was just garbage, man. They should have let it play out. I don't think that they were that far off. They just made it worse. What are they gaining from not? I don't want to make this this is a Let's Skol podcast, but they're still we're doing a recap on the Bears, and for them to have actually fired everybody in the middle of the season didn't do anybody justice on that team, and it made the whole division less harder to. Everybody's got the Bears at the end of the season. They're all going to win, and that sucks. They're not as competitive as they should be, and that pisses me off.
They have a scab coach. Yeah, the coach was a quarterback coach just a few weeks ago, then offensive coordinator, and now head coach. His resume, his LinkedIn's looking pretty nice right now. His ascendance. So, Shaq,
he's interviewing for a job right now.
Mm-hmm.
Shaq, what's your takeaways from the Vikings and Bears game on Monday?
My takeaways basically were the Vikings did what they needed to do, all phases of the game. I would say it is house money, but we got to find a way to get this rotation going because these injuries going to start adding up. And, can we deal with as many injuries as Detroit's dealing with to their depth?
No shot.
So, I know we got these the Packers, Seahawks, and Detroit, but we got in order to beat those teams, we got to play like how we did against the Bears, and we got to remain healthy. Also, Um, Shout out to Caleb.
What about you, Michael Fish? What are your takeaways from the game?
We did exactly what we needed to do. It may not have looked pretty in the beginning, but we won by 3 scores. We clinched the playoffs. We did everything we needed to do. Yeah, we didn't blow them out by 40. Who gives a shit? We beat a divisional opponent by 3 scores. And you know, the last time we played them, we went to overtime. Yes, it was a snafu that we went to overtime. As it just so happens, when they played Detroit the first time, Detroit needed a snafu to not go to overtime or lose to them when they played them at home. So, I mean, it's a divisional game. And, hey, the Bears always play us tough.
Yeah, you do. We always play it tough.
Cody, your takeaways?
My biggest takeaway is Brian O'Neill in that game. Came out, expects to play this weekend, but losing another tackle, whether it be Cam Robinson or O'Neill, I think we're toast. I think we're done if we lose one of those guys. And you saw it in the game when O'Neill went out, the offense just stopped. Like nothing was going down. And it took him to come back in the game, and then we started moving the ball some more. And you can say, oh, we quit running, but I think we quit running for a reason, because I think O'Neill was the reason why we were running in that game. And when he went out, Kwesi was getting ate up on every single – the one run play that we ran and went back for -4 yards. So the biggest takeaway is that O-line needs to stay healthy. Even I would say even Brandel, Bradbury, and Reisner or Ingram, they just need to stay healthy for this O-line. We lose one O-lineman, I think we're done. So just stay healthy.
Yeah, it got pretty hairy out there without him. What do you got, Rinaldi?
I think the end of that game, not the end of that game, but I think that game was indicative of what this team is. It's what our identity is. We scored. What we do? Put up 30 points in the last 3 games for sure. So I think the offense is starting to click a little bit. But it's mostly due to not turning the ball over in the red zone. Although I would also say we did shoot ourselves in the foot when JJ dropped that walk-in touchdown, and then we didn't score right after it, right? I mean, that we turned the ball over right after that. Look, this team doesn't look that much different over the whole 7-game winning streak. I know nobody likes this take either. It's just that they're starting to not turn the ball over as much. They're starting to right that ship, and if they can keep that part of the ship righted, they win a lot deeper into the playoffs than we probably give them credit for doing. And I think that we can win right into a Super Bowl. I think we can do that, but it has to be don't hurt yourself. Play smart football and win by being disciplined, not disciplined.
And I like your take on that identity. I'm going to add to that. I think our identity is playing in adversity. I think we're the only team in the league right now with this big record is we're winning when we get hit with adversity. Like O'Neal goes down. Like, oh, we got to do something here. Then you control field position. Punting the ball right on certain punch you're supposed to punt it on. Right? Getting inches. The game's won by inches. We lost so many people in the offseason to injury. Kyrie, we all this adversity. That's our identity. We want the adversity. We want ESPN, CBS, and all them media outlets to now put us in the top 2 in the power rankings. Right? We want that as a fan base. We totally want that. We get all mad about it, but deep down, we're like, I keep putting us there. Like, cause we're going to do this thing we've been doing for the past 7 fucking weeks, and we're just going to win. We'll play with adversity. We're resilient. We bounce back.
And to that, I think there was a lot of segments on social this week that talked about the culture of the team. I know a lot of people think that that's BS, but that is everywhere on social right now. These players love playing for this team. It's crazy how much they're actually into it. I really think that they love each other and they're playing for each other, putting it all on the line. And to the point of this is the one window. This is the one window where this group of guys get to try and play for each other. Honestly, man, I'm starting to believe in that part of it. And that matters. That shit actually matters. And I think it's happening. So with that part of it, if that matters, if it does matter as much as I just said it did, this team's going to go a longer way than we think they are.
Our best shot since '98. What do you guys think about that? Do you believe that or 09?
I mean, right now, how it's looking is we control our destiny. The last time we had the number one seed in the NFC was 1998. So if we could win out these games, then this would be our best shot since '98. Because after that, after the playoffs, and if we clinch the number one seed, all we have is 2 games left.
And I think it is our best shot since '98 because if you look at the NFC, it kind of gotten a little weaker. Right? If you really look at it, there's one team, it's the Eagles, right? Niners are no longer there. Right? The Packers, we've already beaten the Packers, right? And then you got Jordan Love. They have got Josh Jacobs, but they still have shown instances where teams can come back and beat them. The Lions, the injuries, we thought they were the juggernauts. I thought they were the juggernauts. They lost a whole ass defense and their number 2 running back, arguably maybe their number 1 running back, their 1B, right? Yeah. So you look at the NFC, it's a little weaker than what it was week 5 in the NFL. So I think we definitely have a shot, right, to make the NFC Championship game and go beyond.
I think it was a shot, but I think to me, 09 was the last time that we had a shot because I actually believe we have a better chance of winning this Super Bowl in 09 than we had in 98.
I agree. Because after rewatching that NFC Championship game in '98, our defense was just dropping like flies. Everybody was getting injured in that game. We probably would have gotten crushed by Denver. I hate to say it.
I don't know if I agree with either one of them. I don't have a good take on that, though. I would say this, though, Cody. The one thing about the playoffs this year that I think is important to keep in mind, I think there's teams that are peaking that haven't had good seasons that are going to make the playoffs. Obviously, the Rams, obviously, Tampa Bay, obviously, you want to be peaking when you get into this. I wouldn't schluff Green Bay off. I wouldn't schluff any one of these teams off. I think it's going to be a really hard-fought NFC, and I think that we've underrated it for a whole season. And a lot of these teams are capable of beating anybody on any weekend when they're peaking like they are. And I think there's a lot of
one team, David.
Washington.
You missed one. No. Us.
No, I didn't miss us at all. I think we're going, baby.
We're not going to play against us.
We're peaking.
We are
peaking
Lock
right now.
yourself, Keith.
Well, I didn't like how the strength of victory media outlets is putting out for us. Like, what do you mean strength of victory? I just watched the Eagles, your number 1 team right now, barely beat the Panthers. Panthers almost beat them. They came, 19 inches away from beating that number 1 team. The Panthers, the number 1 pick in the draft probably this year, right?
But you could say that about us and the Jaguars.
Yeah, but how long was that?
It was like 2 weeks before that game.
Yeah.
And that was in London. That was in home.
Yeah, 5.
Wait, we played Jacksonville in Jacksonville, not in London, not in week 5. That was the Jets.
Shit,
That was
that's
the
even worse.
You're right.
Jets, Jacksonville.
Jets. They start with J's.
Well, they're both J's. They're in the AFC.
They're East Coast. Yeah, whatever.
So, Fish, we pretty much controlled this game from start to end. As I say, it was a little bit boring at times, but it definitely had its moments that got exciting. That got me up off the couch clapping. Were you able to find the catch in this one?
Yeah, and it was surprisingly easy, and it was really early in the game because, like you said, we were in control the whole damn game. As much as anybody wants to say, it was sloppy, it was crap, screw that. Fish's catch this week was early in the game, the Blake Cashman recovery of the Grenard forced fumble. He popped Caleb Williams out of nowhere. We were able to score a touchdown off of it and go up by 2 scores and never look back throughout the entirety of this game. And considering how elusive Caleb Williams has been against us, to get this flush of a hit on him and pop the ball loose was crucial.
Boom.
And see, that's the thing, right? You gotta hit him from his blind side. I think I remember one of you guys in our group chat saying Van Ginkel just can't get him. And that's because he can see Van Ginkel coming. And this kid, whatever you want to say about Caleb Williams, this kid is elusive. He's like the stallion version of Kyler Murray, man. He can move. But
Slippery.
if you can hit him from the blind side, there it goes.
Cashman just couldn't get on his damn feet, or else he housed that one. He was like stumbling and bumbling.
I wanted Van Ginkel to make that block so fucking bad.
Van Ginkel needed to make that block.
The commentators were saying something about one of our defensive packages, and like we were talking about Flores, like
one more time.
How is he going to adapt to now? Offenses are figuring him out. Well, he's adapting because he's putting what the commentators were saying, the little nickel package, right? The NASCAR package out there. And I don't think we've seen this, but the last 3 weeks now. And it's all edge rushers. There's not a single defensive lineman on the field. It's all edge rushers, and he's just sending that little nickel now. It's like another kink in the another wrinkle in the defensive scheme that he's calling now. It's pretty legit. I love that.
You know that play? I just watching it again. Old Van Ginkel was too busy thinking about the escort and the celebration in the end.
Yeah, he wasn't. Damn, did he miss that block? Because he definitely had it. He just outran it.
Yeah,
he was excited to get to the end zone. He was
thinking about the escort and the celebration.
You know, interestingly, that what you were just talking about, Cody, what'd you call it? The little nickel?
The little nickel.
It's a lot like the 46 defense was with Buddy Ryan in a way. And today I saw like this thing about it, speaking of Chicago, where Doug Plank was number 46. That's where the 46 defense name came in, because they put a cornerback or safety, whatever he was, on the D line. That's where the 46 came about. And honestly, this is like an evolution of a 46 in a way. Buddy Ryan.
That's interesting. I did not know that.
Yeah. Doug Plank.
History lessons for y'all.
Yep, sorry.
And Cashman didn't get smoked because he wasn't looking. Cashman was trying to get his feeding. I don't know if you saw the play that I showed 3-4 times. He was stumbling.
I think he might have shown it 5.
I just like seeing it. Caleb Williams like rethinking football after that one.
Yeah.
No, it was that Jihad Ward hit where he was rethinking football.
He rethought football a couple times in this game.
Yeah.
We got some flushies on him. We did get some flushies on him.
Yeah, he was. I don't think he was in the pocket for longer than a second and a half that whole game. I think he had to get out of that pocket.
So, Coda, who's your game ball going to?
Well, my game ball is going to go to Brian O'Neill. I mean, without him, the offense was done. It was not moving anywhere. And I thought right then and there, like, this is bad news. I don't think we're going to move very much into the playoffs without this guy. And then when he came back, he showed the offense started moving again, right? We started running the ball to Aaron Jones, started throwing the ball. Sam Darnold finally had some time in the pocket to throw the ball, to throw the out routes, all right, to keep moving us down the field. I think without Brian O'Neill, what was the score when he went out?
I don't know.
It was early, buddy.
It was
a
close.
lot to a little.
It was 13-0 at halftime, and it wasn't too far after that.
With Brian O'Neill not in the game, it's 13-12 ball game, you know. But that's just how I look at it as. So again, cannot lose an offensive lineman. I don't care if it's Brandel, Bradbury, or Reisner or Ingram. If we lose one of them, it's over with. So Brian O'Neill is my game ball because when he was out, offense didn't move anymore. When he got put back in, the offense started clicking again.
Just a gutty performance, man. I totally dug watching that. It was great to see him come back in. And I found out it was they needed to fit him for a brace. They did that at the game. They fitted him for a brace.
That's wild.
That is wild.
This game
Trade him now.
Oh, I thought maybe he took your game ball. Who is your game ball, Fish?
My game ball goes to Will Reichard. Second game back off of being injured. Perfect 3 for 3 in extra points. Perfect 3 for 3 in field goals. Smashed a 52-yarder that went right down the middle and looked good from 60 plus. And on a note, I know last week he looked really shaky in his first game back from injury. But legend has it that in that game, the equipment manager accidentally gave him a 2 extra large jock strap instead of his normal 3 extra large. So he was being pinched and feeling combined, and that's why he was a little off on his accuracy. But they got him right.
Let that be light.
They got him suited up, and he was good, man. He looked right back to where he needed to be.
Willie 3 legs.
Here he is, baby.
Woo!
Shaq got light, but he lost motion. What about you, Ronaldo? Who's your game ball going to?
Well, Fish took it in Fish's catch, but he didn't take it in the game ball. So let me give the game ball to Mr. Cashman. However, I think as you watch this team evolve defensively, what you understand is how much the linebackers both mean to this team. I know we've got some really nice Jihad. What is this new guy's name? Not Jihad Ward, but who's the new guy from Washington? Yeah,
Jamin Davis.
Yeah.
Amen.
So we have him coming in making some plays. I think who's the other guy? I can't think of some of these linebackers. But anyway, we've had some nice replacement guys come in that have filled in okay. But the two, Pace and Cashman, on the field at the same time matter a lot to the run game. Look at how the run game has evolved over the last couple of weeks. We cannot have Josh Metellus coming in and trying to hit those gaps. I love Josh Metellus. He's probably my favorite Viking right now, believe it or not. But at the end of the day, having him make all these starts at linebacker isn't going to get us where we got to go with the defensive run game. We need our linebackers back, and those two linebackers are Ivan Pace, Blake Cashman. He gets the game ball this week. That was a hell of a play. He had the most tackles on the field. He calls the plays. He's a linchpin, and we need to continue to make sure we get our guys on the field. Grugier Hill's the guy that I couldn't think of.
Grugier Hill, there he is.
Sorry,
There he is.
Not Gruger Hill.
not Gruger Hill.
Oh shit, he's hurt.
Who is Grugier?
Yeah.
But the only two that are really hurt is Redmond and
Fabian.
Yeah.
Fabian may not play, man, but we got our boy back.
Gilmore should be back, so that's all right. Shaq, are we good?
Yeah, we're good. I had to change from my phone to my laptop.
Oh, you sound good too, man. You look good. You sound good. Look at him.
You got the background free 3.
That's the Shaq we know.
3.
So real quick, my game ball, it goes to Dallas Turner for that amazing sack he had against Caleb Williams. And that actually didn't come from Caleb Williams' blind side. That came from straightforward. I like how he finally started to get a hang of using his hands to combat how tackles and guards going to try to manhandle him, because he don't have the strength to really be pushing them back. So what he did was he dipped his shoulder, touched the ground, kind of like how Elvis Dumerville from the Ravens used to do back in the day.
Yeah, that was good. It's good to see. I mean, he's not getting a lot of opportunities, but we've seen something out of him to where the people who are already trying to call him a bust can just shut up. Like, yeah, he has 2 sacks on the season. He's a rookie. He's not playing a lot, but if you actually watch the game, he's getting pressures. And pressures are almost as good as a sack, Rinaldi, right? They can be.
I'd say without the pressures.
It's like third base to fourth base.
That's fine. I'll take it's a triple. It's not a home run, so they're not the same, but it's almost. I'll take that.
Does anybody think he'd have more than 2 sacks right now if he was actually in a position where he was starting the whole season?
Yeah.
Well, yes, I think he would have more sacks. I just don't know.
I'm not saying better than what we got. I'm just saying.
No. I get what you're saying. I don't know how good of a position we'd be in if he had to be starting right now. Like, I do think there is some growth that needs to be done. So I actually think the way they're using him is right.
Smart. It's a smart progression. I was
just speaking towards the he's a bust thing. If we did not have one of these two guys on the edge starting ahead of him and he was playing, he would have more sacks. We would not be calling him a bust.
Look,
Right. None of us are.
Him a bust is
because he can't get on.
Who don't watch the film or don't watch the games. They just say, "Oh, he was a first round pick. He's not playing. He's a bust." It's only been a year. It hasn't even been a full year. This is still his rookie year, and he has time. We're slowly bringing a lot of our rookies and players along. I know people hate it because a lot of our players turn out to be busts, but give Dallas Turner a chance and let it ride out.
Yeah, and you're a rookie playing in Brian Flores' defense. You're not going to get much playing time right off the get because Flores runs a complicated style of defense, right? And you're a rookie, you ain't gonna pick up that playbook right off the bat. So
unless you're Ivan Pace,
he's a little bit small, but he's gonna get bigger. Like, that's the thing too. Like, he's gonna bulk out. Like, and then he's gonna be scary, man. So
maybe he'll just be Jason Taylor.
Maybe
Hightower.
I would like to see it get bigger.
That sounds
So my game ball is going to the other half of Fish's catch. Now it's going to Grenard. The man's been a beast. He's been disruptive. He's getting like the most pressures in the NFL. He has 11 sacks now. I got a hot take saying he's going to beat his 12.5 of last year, so we're almost there. He has 4 forced fumbles on those sacks, so he's very disruptive. He was disruptive in this game, and to Fish's credit, called that out as like the turning point of the game where it's okay. We can relax now. So my game ball goes to Grenard.
Thank God.
He's always there when you need him.
He's awesome.
Whole year.
Caleb does not like that guy, I can tell you that.
He feels like the opposite of Hunter to me. The opposite, but still like a great rushing edge.
What do you mean by the opposite? Like
he shows up, like to your point, he shows up when you need him. Like truly when you need him. Like he's clutch. I don't know. I've never felt like Hunter was clutch. He made a lot of big plays, made them during the game, but may not have always made them at that moment. This dude makes them at that moment.
That's right. You're like he's the guy that hits a home run when you're up by 4 or 5 runs already in the ninth inning.
To me. Yeah. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Just felt that way. That was what my eyes saw.
Go with your intuition. So the Bears are now 2-14 against the NFC North since Ryan Poles said that we're going to take the North and not give it back. That man just jinxed that team or what? And did any of you actually want Ryan Poles, and were you upset that the Bears ended up getting him and we didn't? Because, I mean, he was with the Chiefs for like the past 10 years, so he has some pedigree.
So I could speak for the people who wanted Ryan Poles is because he was part of that quarterback room who scouted Patrick Mahomes coming out of college. So he knows how to see talent. It's just I don't think he actually had that role of being, an actual NFL GM, kind of like Kwesi. So his pedigree was, I found Patrick Mahomes in the draft. I was the lead scout for that.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I bought in. I was kind of upset that we didn't get the second interview with him. And I had never really heard of Kwesi, but, expectations, opinions can change. And mine definitely changed, and I'm very glad and thankful that we ended up with Kwesi and not Ryan Poles.
Kwesi was my guy from the start. When Poles, to me, looks like the CEO of every fucking company you've ever looked at. He's an administrator. And he's the guy that you don't end up actually getting to talk to. He's the guy that says, this is the way it is, and that's the way it's going to be. That's what I hate about him. And Kwesi came in with culture. And I know that that's an overused term, but you can't deny that it's working right now. This team is cohesive. They want to play with each other. Let me say that again. They want to play together. and it's working. They're trying to win for each other. I do not think Ryan Poles brings that culture to this team. And I think we've won that whole who we hired was the right hire. We won it. Period. End of story.
I think we won it because of what we already had established here on the I want to say offensive line with Darrisaw and O'Neal, like arguably the best bookend tackles. And you look at the Bears right now. Ryan Poles, probably should have invested into his offensive line. Right, that should have been the first thing he should have done besides investing in all the wide receivers to surround Caleb Williams with. But if you put Ryan Poles on this team as our GM, I don't think we're any really different in any kind of different position because our O-line is already established. Besides the one offensive guard and the other offensive guard, we had to rotate out and put dudes in, right? I think Ryan Poles, his draft is good. I think he does well in the draft. Ours, but I think we do better in the offseason and free agency wise at a standpoint to where, hey, this is our weaknesses and he forgot to look at his weaknesses. So I mean, it's hard to say whether or not Ryan Poles would be terrible or good on this team just because of what we already have established. Like you think of all these players that are on this team, Vikings drafted wise, they weren't drafted by Kwesi. Most of them are drafted or picked up by Spielman. So
let me ask a question on that topic because I'm looking at Brian Poles' draft, and I know our 2022 draft was shit. I don't care who Brian Poles picked; it was better than our 2022 draft. Yeah. But let's just pull up who he drafted. Kyler Gordon, good pick or not?
Yes.
Good pick. Joaquin Brisker, great pick.
Not decent.
Don't even know who he is.
I don't know who he is either.
He's a safety.
He's a safety. Is he a good pick, Shaq? Is he playing? It's 3 years in. Is he a star? Is it a great pick for number 2? Is it a win or a loss? Is it a C or an F?
I'll say a C.
Okay, there you go. How about the 3rd round pick, Velus Jones?
Special teamer.
He's injured this year, I'm pretty sure, but he was
How
good.
about Dominique Robinson, Zachary Thomas, Doug Kramer, Jatire Carter, and
Kramer's the lineman who ran in and didn't check ineligible.
Yeah, Kramer's good.
A touchdown.
There's like 2 good picks in that. Look, at the end of the day, drafting is still really subjective. I don't know, man.
I don't know if we had Ryan Poles. I don't know that we have Grenard, Van Ginkel, and Cashman. We probably have Keenan Allen as wide receiver
and
3.
Caleb. And we'll have Caleb.
No, we wouldn't have Caleb because we would have never finished that bad.
Because I think the Bears' problem right now, it's the offensive line. That's the biggest issue that they have. And he's the most sacked fucking quarterback. He's at 3rd most sacked quarterback in NFL history right now.
Like, as a GM, he didn't address that. So
he didn't address it.
Negative points.
Yeah. But you had to get a quarterback, right? So he had to get a quarterback.
He tried to address it last year. He brought on Dakota Dozier. It didn't work. He gave up.
It's like Spielman drafted Christian Ponder and then gave up. So the Bears' next game is against the Lions. Is there any way those Bears help us out this week? It's quiet.
No, so this is my opinion. I think they'll help us out just by putting them into a tough game, right? It's going to be a tough game for the Lions, in my opinion. I still believe
the division tough.
We're going to be the only NFL or the NFC North team to beat the Bears by more than double digits, right? I think that's who we are. The Lions and Packers, I think they're going to struggle with them. I think they match up very well against the Lions, and I think they match up very well against the Packers.
Michael Fish,
I'm not going to rule them out. I'm not going to rule them out of any game that they have to still play Green Bay too, right? I mean, they're gonna be a spoiler. They don't want to keep losing. I know they're a mess. They have a chance of beating anybody on any given Sunday. Throw them on the outside in the cold. You never know, man. This Detroit team cannot get off the field on defense. So we'll see what happens. I wouldn't rule them out. I wouldn't rule them out.
What about you, Fish? You ruling them out?
I'm not ruling them out.
But Poles got first overall. He got the first overall twice because they sucked twice. DJ Moore, what has he done for them? Like, have they made the playoffs with them? No. The Vikings have made the playoffs for the second time with Kwesi. Like, you're pretty critical of Kwesi, Brian, and to say this is the reason that Poles is a good GM. What did this trade accomplish for them? They got Caleb because they sucked.
We should have sucked.
Well, we got JJ McCarthy because we sucked.
Not as much as them, though.
Not really. And guess what?
Wait.
That wasn't even their pick. That was the Panthers pick.
It was. And guess what? We wouldn't the mistake of 2023 had nothing to do with the roster we built, except we didn't have a great backup quarterback plan.
They gave the Panthers their first pick that they got from sucking. And if they didn't suck to get that first pick, then they wouldn't have got Caleb Williams.
And my biggest issue is how long for the Kwesi thing. How long will free agency take us in the NFL without draft picks to back it up, refreshing? Like, how long is that sustainable for?
Hopefully 4 more years because we're signing them in the offseason.
The money will run away. It'll run out.
It would be year to year because after a while, the free agents might not be the same. So you need to start relying on cheaper draft picks. And if they don't do good, then you're fucked.
Yeah. So
if there was ever a year to not have a lot of draft picks, wouldn't this be the year to do? I mean, really, is this a deep draft? I mean, I don't want to go get off the rails and go on a draft thing, but is this not?
Yeah, we'll talk about that enough in the offseason.
Yeah, but I mean, just very generally stating, is it really that great a draft? Are you guys getting into it like, oh my god, look at? It's the right year to not have picks, in my opinion.
I think this is.
Tell me, fuck them picks.
We're gonna have a lot of picks. We're just not gonna have a first rounder.
Yeah,
we ain't gonna have shit.
first rounder because
Maybe.
people are reaching for quarterbacks in this draft, and the quarterbacks aren't that good.
They're not.
Word on the street, we might get Carson Beck. He might fall to us.
It's a
Is
good
that
running
Robbie?
back.
Is that
draft
Robbie?
record.
Fucking blow my
Robbie
face.
made for the streets.
We're definitely trading all of the first round. So right now, Sam Darnold has a 104.9 passer rating. If he finishes above 100, it'd be the first time in NFL history that a team let go a quarterback with a 100 rating, and the next year brought one in and had a 100 rating again. That's pretty damn impressive. And to think that second one is Sam Darnold.
Been saying it forever. KOC is the QB whisperer. You got to stop doubting that man on his ability to be a QB whisperer. QB whisperer.
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 Maybe whispering sweet nothings to them. He's turning
He's
up.
He's whispering about that Coach of the Year fucking award. I tell you that.
Hell
Yeah,
yeah.
buddy.
And that's why I bring it up, because the person I think this accolade goes to is KOC. Yes, Sam Darnold's having a great season. He deserves some credit and stuff. Kirk did his thing last year for us. He deserves some credit. But KOC is the one orchestrating this, and he deserves a lot of credit for this. So I just want to, kind of talk about him a little bit and see where you guys are at. Do you think we should sign him to an extension right now? Do you think that does anything positive or negatively to do it right now instead of waiting until the end of the season?
I don't think they're gonna do it. I mean, if they did, I would be totally ecstatic. Every time they stack a win and play with house money, he keeps getting more expensive, man. He's going to be an expensive coach, but it doesn't matter because you know what? Coaches are uncapped. And what I love about KOC, finally he's getting his due. For the first half of this season, it was, Brian Flores is carrying this team. You know what? We're winning because KOC hired Brian Flores, and they worked together, and they built a roster. And this dude can build quarterbacks. He's got 5 in a quarterback room right now. What does that say? Who's ever done that before? Just this guy. He deserves an extension. He deserves it now. He deserves it at the end of the season, and he should get paid big. This guy should be our coach. It should be a 10-year extension, and they should pay it now.
You know, the extension talk, I'd want to sign him right now, or I'd want to sign him at the beginning of the playoffs, because what it does, it motivates the players that play under him. Hey, I get to play under this coach for the next 3 years now. I know that it's almost like college football with Saban, right? Players come in because Saban recruited him, right? And then when Saban left, what happened to Bama's players? They're all over. They just transferred, right? So like you want the number 1 seed, sign them up right now, extend them, right? So players know, hey, this is my coach for the next 3 or 4 years. I will die for this motherfucker. Or if you know, and hey, it looks kind of grim, we're gonna be the 5th seed regardless. Start the playoffs, extend them, because guess what? You're gonna get every ounce from every single fucking player on this team that KOC brought over. And I don't care when you want to do it, all right? But you are going to extend this man no matter the fuck.
I could lend to that argument because, as you guys know, I was not exactly warm on extending Kwesi and Cam in the offseason. I felt like there was still a prove-it mentality. We've got time. I could definitely understand that argument if there was a need for motivational. We're at a really important part right now where it's like, man, we got to win 3 more games. We got 2 tough opponents and one that could be deceptive over because of history. And I could see that. Imagine if they just announced an extension of Cam, KOC, and B-Flow. Cam and KOC, 5 years, B-Flow, 3 years. We would be charged. Skol, Chad. We would be charged. That locker room would be charged. And in all reality, I think the perfect timing would be right before Week 18 if it's for the 1 seed. If we're playing for the 1 seed right before Week 18 to make that motivational announcement going into that game, yeah, buddy.
I dig it. I love that.
Do you think, though, that could be taking, like, incentive away to win? Because now he's already got it?
No. I think he's going to be the same coach he's always been. Something weird about it. Where's the guy? Where's the cousin of Kevin O'Connell right now? I need his.
We need him and his accent.
My boy KOC knows he's coming back if he wants it. That's over. He ain't coaching for a position at with the Vikings.
Yeah, no, I didn't think that. My question was like, do you think we should just go ahead and do it right now, or just wait till the offseason and handle it?
Yeah, I love Cody's take on it. To do it right at the beginning of the playoffs, it makes perfect sense. Love it.
I feel like
so. Do you know, like,
made.
Go ahead.
I said I feel like the contract's already made. It's just when they want to announce it.
I hope so.
Well, that's true. That could be the point. Now at 12-2, did you know that KOC is only the second coach in Vikings history to have 2 12-win seasons? And he's done it in 3 years.
I'm guessing the other one's
Denny and Bud, right? Denny
Leslie
and Bud.
No, not Denny. Denny's not in there. KOC's the second.
Yeah.
It's just Bud. It's just Bud.
Wow.
Bud did it 4 times.
Denny only had 98.
Yeah, the 15-1 season. And then
in 99, didn't Denny get fired in 99?
No,
2001. After the 2001 season, 2002.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is KOC the most winningest coach since being hired of all the coaches being hired in that year?
In that year, yeah, for sure.
Well, so there was 10 hired that year, and 5 have been fired.
Yeah.
And there's a possibility 2 more get fired. You got the Jacksonville coach, and I don't know that McDonald's safe for the Dolphins.
Right.
So
Harry Potter, baby.
He was my pick. He was the guy I had over KOC. KOC was 2.
the guy I had over KOC is actually coaching right now and is on my TV, and that's Jim Harbaugh.
Well, there you go.
That's the only one I had over KOC. And
Would you guys?
me too.
Would any of you take Harbaugh right now over KOC?
No.
Yes. I still go back to 2 years ago. I still go back to that playoff loss to the Giants. I still go back to the fact that Harbaugh would not have allowed us to go down like that. We would be a different looking team. We would be a run team, defense, play action, and we would be executing well. We would not have had that craptastic down season last year. We would be in line right now, competitive for the NFC Championship game every year for the foreseeable future.
Damn.
I don't know.
I expected it to be a unanimous no.
I don't know about that, because would Kwesi be trading draft picks if Harbaugh was in that draft room? And then, we're sitting at with these little amounts of draft picks, because I'm pretty sure Harbaugh loves to draft.
I don't know.
You know what else Harbaugh loves to do? He loves to win, and he does it wherever he goes.
Hey, so does KOC.
I mean, we're winning.
Yeah.
20.
We can bring up 4th and 8 whenever it's convenient for us. That shit wouldn't have never happened with Harbaugh.
Because we ran the ball.
We don't run the damn ball.
You probably never heard me bring up 4th and 8, to be honest.
Oh, the most boring team in the world. I'm happy that we didn't do Harbaugh. Harbaugh was a 5-year window coach, and that's, in my opinion, and that's it. And KOC is probably going to be here, I hope, 10-ish, maybe 12. And that's the Vikings, man. We typically keep our coaches, so I'm good with that. I hope we do. I hope he stays till he's in his 50s, man.
So is he coach of the year, guys?
100%.
Is locked up?
It's fucking locked up.
So any money I have in my bank, just go throw it on him.
He's the
A lot.
He's the odds on
that you don't have.
Promise.
Take out a loan. Take out a loan.
Take your house money and take all the other money and be ready to just not have enough gas money to get home and throw it down on it.
Hey, put your house on it. Put your California house on it, Keith. And if you lose, you can live with someone in Minnesota.
And
let me throw out a quick shout out.
Both your rings, you might not need it after.
Let me throw out a quick shout out. Hey, Alex, I saw your interview on Fox News. Attaboy. Congratulations.
It's pretty awesome. I saw it too.
And Rinaldi does not watch Fox News. I can tell you that.
No, I do.
He was forced.
I like watching Fox News.
Oh, he switched to the dark side.
No, I didn't switch. I just like it.
So since we're talking about the news, we started off this season after, we went 2 or 3 wins and the media wasn't giving us respect and we weren't really in the top 10 for power rankings, and we were complaining about that. Do you guys feel like now that we're 12-2, fighting for the 1 seed, that are we finally getting some of that respect?
No.
Still not. Still not. We have the second. We're tied with the second best winning record in the league, and yet we dropped in some power rankings. We dropped in Sports Illustrated's power rankings. We dropped in CBS's power rankings. We dropped in the Athletics power rankings. We stayed at the same spot, number 5 in NFL's power rankings, ESPN's power rankings. Like, it's either we never moved up in any one of these power rankings in the media, and it bewilders me. It blows my fucking mind, right? Like, we're the second best ranked standing team, second best record in the NFL, and we can't move up just one spot. They have Sports Illustrated, CBS, and the Athletic has the Packers above us at 4.
That feels kind of disrespectful.
That's bullshit to me.
Not to mention the fact that, and I'm going to throw this shade till the day I die. If we had as many people on IR as the Lions, we would not be. I mean, they're still not batting an eyelash. I still have not seen anybody in the national media say, this is a problem. They just got drubbed by the Bills. They just got maybe exposed. They might not be as good as we thought they are because of the fact that they've got 2 players on defense and then the rest is practice squad. And now they just lost running back 1B. I mean, that's a problem for any kind of a deep run, let alone being able to win the last 3 games of the season, when one of them is against us, who are getting healthier, stronger, peaking at the right time. We're still called a dark horse, and I don't like it. We're not a dark horse. We should be considered a favorite.
Did Robbie just put up strength of victory on this fucking comment section? I'm telling you, strength of victory.
Don't do it.
The Eagles almost lost to the Panthers. 19 inches. They would have lost.
Okay, but their strength of victory is 440, and ours is 387.
387.
How strong is that victory, honestly? How strong is the victory against the Panthers? Not strong.
Okay, but they didn't lose to them, so it didn't hurt their strength of victory too much. I mean, that just means they beat better teams. The Lions' strength of victory is 512.
Yeah, and who did they?
But ours, this is where we make the jump. This is where we prove that we could be one of those teams because we're going to have the top strength of victory if we win these next 3 games.
I'm going to tell you this. It's not going to matter because if we beat the Seahawks, we just kick the Seahawks out of the playoffs basically because they dropped down to a 17% to make the playoffs. So the strength of victory won't even matter. It's non-playoff team again.
There's one thing that could hurt
it's
our
their
strength
record.
of
It doesn't
victory
matter
in
if
this
they're
home
playoff team or
stretch.
not.
There's one thing that could hurt our strength of victory in this final run to the playoffs, and that's if, say, the Lions lost the last 3 games of the season.
That could happen, dude. I don't think it's crazy.
Strength of victory is a joke.
I don't know, man. At the end of the day, we're all obsessed about what the national media has to say about everything. I think that podcasts like this are really where the national media actually is. And I don't think that anybody wants to play the Vikings in the playoffs, man. I mean,
are you sure about that?
Who wants to play the Vikings in the playoffs? Who wants?
Amon Ross St. Brown was asked, would he rather play the Packers or the Vikings? He said he'd rather play the Vikings in the playoffs.
Let's go, boy. Let's go.
I was going to bring that up later, but since you said that, I had to bring it up now.
Let's go. Must have been in the script. I must have missed it. But let's go.
Don't get me started.
Well, you read that.
It's been in there for 2 weeks, actually.
Was that after the Bills lost or before it when you said that?
It was before.
I bet that fucking tone changed real fast.
Yeah, I bet so too.
Why? Because the Packers still won and we still won. Like, we didn't change. They didn't change.
Yeah,
he said he'd rather play the Packers.
They just saw that, hey, we're not invincible anymore.
The fucking Lions. Listen, man. Who cares? I want to play the Lions. I want to play the Lions.
We're gonna
I'd rather play the Lions than the Rams. I'd rather play the Lions in Philadelphia. I'd rather play the Lions than the Bucks. I swear to God, I am not afraid of the Lions at this point.
We're gonna play them 3 times this year.
Yeah, man. Let's go.
We're not going to get the chance because they're going to get bounced by one of the teams that David mentioned.
Completely agree.
Before we get to them,
getting bounced by Tampa.
Well, they've already lost to Tampa
Oh, I know.
when they were healthy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, think about that.
Wasn't that game in
Yeah.
Detroit too?
I think so. And
I'm pretty
you know,
sure.
the thing is this time they're going to have to play Tampa in Tampa.
I remember that being in the dome. So
Why is it every time I see the Lions, they're playing home? It looks like it felt like they had 16
Well,
home games this year.
because I think they only had 2 outdoor games this whole season or something
Yeah,
like that.
right,
So
that's true.
it's something crazy like that.
Yeah.
Like all their games have been in the dome.
And I think they showed like a stat where teams that always play in the dome and get their wins doesn't always equal a Super Bowl appearance. I think only like one team did it.
Because once they get outside in the playoffs, they're exposed. Yeah.
Yep.
On that note, I saw a stat today somewhere that said that any division that's had the winning percentage that we're on pace for, it's only happened 5 times in history. The winning percentage our division had, and 4 out of the 5 times that division won the Super Bowl. And the only one that lost the Super Bowl was the Eagles against Kansas City. What was that, 2 years ago? So we have the winner of this Super Bowl very likely might come out of the NFC North. Very likely. And I wouldn't put it past any one of the 3.
No way. I mean, not no way. Like, no way. I wouldn't put it past it. I totally agree that the Super Bowl representative out of the NFC North is going to be the coming from our division, but I'm not looking past the Packers. Unfortunately, man, there was a time where I thought, okay, this is not their year, but man, they're right there with us. They can still win this damn division, and somebody has a hot take saying that.
Well, they're not winning the division. I'll tell you that.
They could,
bro. They could.
Lost to the Lions, and that was a big game.
They could.
David, I was on board with your 5 wins in a row, but I am not on board with your Packers winning the division.
I don't want them to, bro.
As he makes it a hot take.
Just don't sleep on the Packers, man. You can't
Alex,
sleep on them.
Alex, Philly is scary, but I don't think they're going to the Super Bowl.
This is the one thing I like about the matchup with Philly. I like the matchup of Brian Flores versus Jalen Hurts. That's what I like.
Yeah, it was
I
a
think
good.
that their defense will be tough on us, but I like the matchup of Brian Flores and our defense versus Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, was it last year's game? It was JJ running not across the face of Slay. He ran behind him, and the interception happened. Right?
Yeah.
Is like the beginning of the year game. I think we beat Philly. They even said it after that game. Oh, we're going to see this team in the playoffs. We didn't make the playoffs, but they knew. They knew.
The story of that game, if we get to play Philly, is who's got more heart and more culture. They have a better roster. Sorry, they just do. But they're pieces. We don't just have pieces. We have a puzzle that fit together. We have puzzle pieces. They do not. If we win, that's going to say a lot for what our regime put together against that team.
I don't know, man. I don't know if I'd say that they have a better roster than us. Like casuals might know more names on that team than us, but I think what you have there is kind of what you guys were asking earlier. Can you win through free agency, or do you have to do the draft? The Eagles have built through the draft. We've kind of built through free agency, so it's kind of a clash. And I kind of put us on an equal level. I think the games in Minnesota, we're the favorites. The games in Philly, they're the favorites. But I think we're kind of on an equal level, and it'd be pretty much free agents versus drafted. But I don't know that I'd say that overall they have a better roster than us. They have highly drafted guys that came from Georgia.
You're not wrong about that, and I think that you're making a correction on me that makes sense. But I also think that they have maybe not a better roster. They have a better built roster. In other words, if you look at what they've strengthened up, it's interior line. It's on both sides. They have great lines on both sides. We didn't build from the inside out. They built from the inside out. And to me, that's a better roster to me. It's a more traditional, better roster, if that makes any sense. That's all I was getting at.
What about Hurts and Smith, Robbie? We know where they came from. What about them are you saying?
You guys a big Hurts fan? I mean,
no.
Every time I watch him, I'm like, let's see it.
I work with a few Eagle fans, and they don't really like him. Like they appreciate him like as an athlete, but they I don't watch a lot of Eagle games, to be honest. They just say he's not a quarterback. He's just not a quarterback. Like when he has to do quarterback things, he struggles. No, I'm not a fan.
Don't scare me at all.
For Hurts, it's more so he's in the right opportunity.
Hey, Cuddy, is this your boy?
And he doesn't have to win games as much.
No, he just I just asked him. He didn't have to yell, "You all caps, fucking loser."
I mean, if it's Hurts versus Love, who do you take?
I'm taking
I'd
Love.
probably take Love.
He's more of a quarterback, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it depends on what on our team, our scheme. I am taking Love.
It's Love all day in our scheme.
Now, if we had Derrick Henry or Saquon Barkley with an offensive line and two, I'm not saying elite wide receivers. I'll say two good wide receivers. Then yeah, I'd probably take Hurts. But what Love is doing, he's got some studs at wide receiver, and they're all young, and the O line is pretty decent too. But yeah, with our scheme, I'd probably take Love.
Guys, thanks for letting me ask that question. But now let me change it up. It Hurts versus Darnold just this year, not next year, not money, just this year, this year.
That's easy.
Sam Darnold.
Shaq.
Because I mean, you got in Philadelphia, you got the wide receivers wanting to put Jalen Hurts in a trash can in the locker room. That's not going on here.
Cody, I mean, David, why are you making me choose between my third cousin and my fourth cousin removed from the family? I mean,
I'm sorry. This is a Vikings podcast, but we're going into the playoffs. We need to talk about some of these teams.
We have to talk about these teams. And it's fine. I'm good with it, man.
Yeah.
Like this is what it is. Like the playoffs have started already, man.
Love and Hurts. I don't give a shit about this. I'll take moments. Man.
Yes, you're still not warming up to Sam Darnold yet?
Fucking Ginger Jesus.
Careful.
What? There's a church. There's Christians in here?
Oh no.
Oh.
He's doing fine.
You watch Fox News, Cody. You should be like okay with Christians.
I am okay.
Let me say this. I don't have a problem with Sam Darnold. He's doing fine. He's taking care of the ball. He's doing fine. But if you're asking me, like, who do I volunteer for tribute?
Nick Mullins.
I mean, I can't say that I can't say that I like Sam Darnold that much to where I can be excited and enthusiastic about him. He's doing fine. He's being very serviceable. He's doing a good job.
And he's not benched.
You did it, Shaq. You did it.
Is somebody else benched Shaq? Who are you talking about?
Shaq went in.
Go Chains. He got his ass benched, I heard.
Oh, man.
Are you saying that the Falcons brass did what our brass didn't have the balls to do?
And it didn't even take a full year. What's amazing? What amazing?
Well, to be fair, I think our brass would have had the balls to do it if we had JJ McCarthy sitting behind him.
What's
the Falcons? Falcons don't have Desmond Ridder sitting behind him right now. They got Michael Penix.
What we're really talking about the X. Like, what's our X? Who's our X fucking? Well, I should know that. I should probably know who my fucking ex is fucking right now. Come on, fuck Kirk Cousins. Out of here. Who quit? This is a Vikings.
Bro, I'm getting the swear jar out.
You probably shouldn't know, but if your ex
we got to go back to Flim Flam quickly.
I'm getting the swear jar out, and I'm gonna put all the money in the swear jar from Cody on KOC, and I'm gonna start a new life.
The only reason I care about from Kirk Cousins is my fantasy team because I might want to pick up Michael Penix.
There you go. A better quarterback.
So everybody who's watching this on YouTube, can you please hit that like button? And if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. Doesn't cost you anything, but it helps us out a lot. So we appreciate that. I'm going to bring on KOC's cousin right now and see what he thinks about what we've been talking about.
Post Andrew's comment.
What's going on, guys? I got one thing to say. Skol, baby!
Skol, baby!
All right, so how's everybody doing?
We're doing fine. So we got this Packer infiltrator right here.
Fucking
Packer infiltrator?
Yeah.
Who's the Packer infiltrator?
The one on the screen right now. Do you know this guy?
Let me guess. Shaq or
Is this your
Andrew?
boy?
Andrew's Paradise.
No. I do not know this guy. I know it maybe like two Packer fans. Both of them are cool. This guy, on the other hand, is not.
Yeah, Andrew's Paradise sounds like a glory hole place.
Glory.
Don't they have our trophy?
Hey, Andrew's Paradise. Let me interject some. You know what we would really hate? We would really hate it if you would share our podcast to like the Packers chat group, so y'all can come in here and jump on us and leave crappy comments. Don't do that. We would hate.
Hey,
that.
we play the Packers next week. We hope all you and your Packer friends come here and you jump on this camera and talk to us about that game. How about that?
Well, specifically the one where we beat your asses in Lambeau.
Yeah, you want to keep talking on here and keep typing with those Twitter fingers, but you won't get on camera and talk about us versus your team, will you?
Yes, it's KOC. I told you, George.
Yeah, this is not new. This is not new material. That is KOC's cousin.
Yes.
Yeah.
They don't like the smoke.
All right, so that was fun. Mike, but the stuff we've been talking about, was there anything that you wanted to hit on, wanted to touch on?
Wait, give me a recap. What have you guys been talking about? Because I've kind of been spending time here with.
Obviously, you haven't been paying attention.
Yeah, you're out. You should take him off, Keith. Get him out.
It was nice talking to you, buddy.
Out of here.
See you, buddy. You don't know?
You don't know? Now you know.
Okay, well, okay, and I heard bits and pieces. I will say.
Never mind. I heard it.
But yeah. Seahawks. We got a good game this week. We just gotta start running the ball more. Have Jones and Akers be our number one, and give our wide receivers some catches. This way, here we can just start throwing the ball short, not deep, but short, because the Seahawks love to pick off passes when we go deep.
Yeah, Sam Darnold doesn't like doing that though. So why don't we actually get into this stretch that we're about to go through, where we got the Seahawks, the Packers, and the Lions, which coming into the season, we thought our gauntlet was the first 5 games of the season, maybe the first 7 games of the season. That's all we talked about. That's the gauntlet. That's the gauntlet. We just need to get past that and everything's gravy. I think we're just barely hitting our gauntlet with these last 3 games. It's the hardest strength of victory schedule there is out there, Robbie. So we're about to hit that right now. And honestly, it's a little bit worrisome. It's a little bit worrisome. Like, I have confidence in this team that we can go out there and win those 3. But then at the same time, I'm thinking, like, damn, if we go out there and win those 3, that means we won 10 games in a row.
This is so awesome, though, you say that, because every single game this year, we go in looking like, oh, I don't know. But we end up doing it. We end up winning. So
the problem is, Keith, is you're thinking too small.
I'm not thinking 13 wins in a row.
Exactly. You're too busy thinking 10 wins in a row.
That actually leads to one of my questions. Like, is it maybe good to get a loss out of the way before going to the playoffs?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Oh, no. We want that division title.
We got our 2 losses. We got humbled. We got brought down to reality. We had to rebuild from it. We don't need another loss. We don't need to back into the playoffs. We need to win. We need the 1 seed. We need home field advantage throughout. We need a team like Philly to come to us, not have their shit-ass fans threaten to beat up our fans as they're trying to walk in the stadium. We need anybody to come to us. We need a Skol chant. We need it all purple, and we need to kick some ass. We don't need any more losses. We've got 2.
I want this year to be the best season in Minnesota Vikings history. Because out of all the years, I think the best record we had was 15-2?
No, 15-1.
15-1.
15-1. So I guess it'd be 17-2 if we won the Super Bowl.
Wait, correct me if I'm wrong. I think I heard something today, and I was just kind of hearing it that no NFL team has won 15 games in a season twice.
Really?
I don't know if that
sounds very real.
I don't know if that's true, but I mean, we just went to 17 games. How many times has a team gone 15-1?
Not often. That's damn near undefeated.
So I think I heard that no team has ever won 15 games. I mean, it kind of skews it a little bit with there being that 17th game, but that's still pretty damn impressive if we can get there.
With 15-1.
How many times?
Once.
Okay.
Name another team that was 15-1.
That wouldn't be twice.
Yeah. Name another team that was 15-1. The Patriots is the only one I can think of.
Patriots are 7.
Or better. 15-1 or better. 15-1 or better.
Yeah, 15 wins is tough.
Back-to-back years?
84.
No, in history. Like,
okay.
That no team has won 15 games twice in their history. I think that's what I heard. I'm waiting for someone to correct me.
Alex is saying the Dolphins, but they only played 14 games when they went undefeated. So
yeah, so no, we're talking regular season only. You're not adding playoff games into this.
Yeah,
we could be the first team to ever do it twice.
Oh, good job, Andrew. You know how to fucking math correctly.
I love Andrew's energy. I mean, the fact that he can be so smug when he's had 2 Hall of Fame quarterbacks for 30 years and got 2 Super Bowl trophies out of it. Hey, by the way, Andrew, welcome to the realm of mediocre quarterback play where you're going to learn something over the next few years about how the Packers have to actually build a team.
I kind of want to tell Andrew this. I don't watch any Packers podcasts at all. There's 0 I've seen in my lifetime, not a single second. I don't even look up YouTube highlights. It just bewilders me why you are on our shit right now. And hey, thanks for the watch.
Thanks for your support. Yeah, for sure.
Yep.
Thanks for the support. Like I said, we would hate it if you'd put us in the Packers chat group. Hate it.
Yeah.
Friends you support.
Please don't hit that like button. Don't hit that like button. Please don't like button.
People, Packers fans that hit the like button.
I bet you Andrew is not old enough to remember the days of Magic Mikowski and all that stuff, but you're gonna know pretty soon.
Oh, the guy that got then Brett Favre came in, right? Yeah, I remember that one.
Hey, I got respect for Mikowski. He actually did an interview, said he grew up a Vikings fan, so that's why he sucked.
He did?
Yeah.
He just didn't have the heart to beat us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, he did not.
45 and acting like a 15-year-old. What a bitch.
Thanks, Andrew. For liking our
$7-year-old.
We're giving him a lot of credit tonight, man.
We're giving him a lot. We're giving him a lot of damn time. So the Vikings do control their own destiny, and in order to fulfill that destiny, they're likely going to have to win these next 3 games. How confident are you guys that they can pull this off, Nody?
1,000%.
If they can win, winning 3 straight.
Thank you, Cody.
It's doable, but it's not going to be easy.
Cody.
But yet again, no one ever said it is going to be easy for the Purple.
No. It's not going to be easy. It's the hardest remaining schedule in the NFL. Shaq, how confident are you that we can do this on a scale of 1 to 10?
1,000.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like, no, I'm actually going to go with a 7. Like, I feel like it's doable, but you can't count on divisional games. You just can't. Like, as bad as I want to smack the Lions and Packers, you just can't look past them. And then we play iffy in Seattle. I was just watching the 2020 season when they had no fans in the stand, and like we had that game, but we kept giving the ball right back to him. Fucking Sam Darnold.
Probably closest that we had to even winning a game in Seattle, the under loss. Like I said before, our last win in Seattle when we played them was in 2006. The other win came in 1990.
Yeah, but what you don't know, Mike, what you don't know is that we've got a guy named E that's going to this game, and that some bitch is going to make sure we win. He's a fan that gets on the show, and he is going to make sure we win this game.
But the problem with that is he doesn't have a Cody and Rinaldi like record going.
He does not. That's a fact.
Skol, E.
Skol, E. If you're watching, I'm hoping that your magic works.
Andrew, watch it from, or not Andrew, E, watch it from the parking lot. Don't even enter the fucking stadium, bro. Pick up your ticket.
Thanks, Andrew. Appreciate you, buddy.
All right, thanks, Andrew.
Thanks, bud.
Not what I expected from Cody, but all right. He don't even treat our enemy guests that good.
I know he doesn't.
I already won it. The comment section was popping.
Oh yeah, it still is.
So what about you, Fish? What's your confidence level that we can go through these 3 games and win them? And if we do that, we're likely the number 1 seed with the first round bye in the playoffs.
Here's my confidence level. We're going to win every single game by double digits the next 3 games.
We want the ball, and we're going to score.
Oh,
And we are going to
I think Mike's the only one who might get
out
that one.
the Lions. Dan Campbell is going to be
Matt
in tears
Hasselbeck.
at the end of week 18.
yep.
The Lions have the same conversation. They have to
that-
do it
that-
now, so.
Wild card.
So about the Lions, so they got like 18 players on IR, injured or whatever.
Including Monty.
Yes, including Montgomery. Do you guys feel at all bad about it?
No.
Nope.
Not even a little bit.
No. And you know what? The Lions have a 0% chance of winning all 3 games. And I'll also say the Vikings do. I never got to answer that question. 0% chance for both teams of winning all 3 games. We're still going to win the division.
I almost had to check your math. I was like, wait, no, it actually checks out because we play each other.
Yep. 0% chance.
Yeah, that actually does check out.
I could give a shit what Lions player is injured. I no sympathy for me because I watched last year what they did at TJ Hawkinson and what those fans were putting up on signs during their games. Don't give a fuck. This is karma.
It's
So
you're right. Did this to the
So
Vikings.
Cody's actually happy to see it. I don't know, like I don't feel bad. I can't explain how I feel about it. It's not good, but it's not bad. Like you're right, they wouldn't care if it was us, but what's gonna happen is if we do beat them, there's gonna be an excuse, and I don't want to hear that. I don't
You know
want to
what?
hear.
And when we win the Super Bowl, they can put the asterisk and say we won the Super Bowl because the Lions were injured. I
Yeah,
don't give a shit.
We'll hear that for okay, and you're right, Fish. I don't care that. I'll be happy to have it, but we will hear that for the rest of our lives when we talk about the Super Bowl.
there should be
Yes, and you know what we'll be talking about? We won a Super Bowl.
there should
And
be
here's
zero
the thing.
from Lions fans. I'm gonna tell you this because Dan Campbell uses the word excuses in one of his quotes. He says, "No
Yep.
excuse, just fucking play.
No excuses.
No excuses." Oh yeah, now you won. Now you won't have excuses when you fucking lose. Yeah.
Well, he's gonna say when I said that I didn't have 18 injured players.
Yeah.
You play.
Here's the thing, right? I would love to do a deep dive in this and find out where they were playing when all these players got injured. Because I have a feeling most of these injuries happened
Detroit.
at home.
Yeah.
And I just couldn't help but think about 2017 when Dalvin Cook injured his knee in week 4 at Detroit. And I'm thinking maybe y'all should do something about your playing surface. Talk to your president of operations about that.
But yeah, a lot of the injuries happened in the Thanksgiving game against the Bears.
Which was where?
In Detroit.
I was agreeing with you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wait.
That was in Minnesota? I thought that was in Detroit.
Nope.
Here's your source.
I was at
Okay.
the game.
Hey, Purple Jesus, would you mind logging off for a minute?
Purple Jesus, please go hit that like button and the subscribe button. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Jesus, was this in 2016 or 2017?
It was a rookie season.
Oh,
Cook was
Okay.
a rookie in 17.
Yeah,
Matt
17.
was
Oh, yeah.
17 years.
But see, we had a
2017.
good enough quarterback, so it didn't really matter. We did okay without him.
Shit. Cook was about to
Shit.
set the NFL on fire. Cook was about
I mean,
to lead the league.
Yeah.
okay, that quarterback could have used a running back like that. No, I'm not gonna lie, Case Keenum could have used a little Dalvin Cook.
Oh, so
We
that's
probably
why we
won
had
the
this
Super
spike
Bowl
in
with Dalvin Cook.
subscriptions.
Hey Keith,
Uh-oh.
2 quarterback league. Thank you, Justin Herbert. Whoever fucking dropped him, homie got me 28 points tonight.
Hey now.
Cinderella
What's the score?
still dancing. Cinderella's still dancing. It's I got one player playing as my quarterback, but he's got 28.46 points right now. Cinderella dances.
A lot of people in the chat were talking up Bo Nix in this game, and now they're getting real silent because the Broncos have blown a double-digit lead and they're down by double digits now. And my boss is a Charger fan, and he's at this game with his wife, who's a Bronco fan.
Good.
And they
Fuck
actually,
the Broncos.
Wow.
hey, they actually made a bet.
Yeah.
They have 2 kids, and it said whoever wins, they get to put that team on the kids.
Wow.
I was like, if I was going to a Viking Packer game, my wife was a Packer fan, I would not make that bet. I don't care how confident I was. There ain't no way in hell. I was like, if they're a Viking fan, I don't give a fuck if we don't win the game this year.
If I knew that it was going to happen, I would probably make that bet.
All right.
No.
Hey, KOC Jr., I got a question.
Mike just
for
wants to
you.
be married so bad. Like, if that's what has to happen, I'll make that bet.
Well, we've got a potential for him, right, Keith? But
Yeah, no, he
but
knows. I
KOC
showed him.
Jr., I've got a quick question for you.
All right,
In
go.
light of the new revelation from Purple Jesus, where he said that he has subscribed with 5 different accounts already, why have you not?
I've subscribed to the channel.
With
Not
5
5
different
times.
accounts?
Jesus, it's not an awful stadium. I live in LA. It's not an awful stadium. It's an awful part of town. You're right about that. It's a great stadium.
I don't-
It is an
5
awful part
different
of town.
accounts. I find your lack of dedication very disturbing, Mike.
I mean, I haven't even
Come on.
subscribed with more than 1 account.
Keith is a closet Rams fan.
Come on, I got-
It's all
I'd
good.
rather keep it organic. I'd rather that Mike only subscribes with 1. That's why we do so well with the numbers that we have.
But if
So-
you're going
Yeah,
to subscribe
I-
again,
yeah, they boosted up 25 since I last came on here like a week
Yeah.
ago.
if you're going
Yeah.
to subscribe again, Mike, your account handle better be named the real KOC.
All right. All right, the real KOC then. I'll take care of it.
Purple Jesus, everything you're saying is right. Like the part of town, it's a shithole. It's hard to navigate. It sucks getting out of there. But inside that stadium of SoFi is freaking beautiful and a great place to watch a game.
It looks awesome.
You know what's awesome?
Based on
Andrew,
what I've
after signing off and saying he was leaving, just commented again. Please do.
Yeah,
Sure, why not?
tell a friend. Merry Christmas.
We need more Packers fans in here.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
support our man.
We love to get the blood pressure going.
All right, I'll be right back, but I'm gonna leave you with this question. Aside from 3 wins, you guys, what are you hoping to see out of these 3 games as far as the way we're playing football?
Blowouts.
Hell,
Blowouts, high scoring games on our side at least.
Just keep winning how you're winning. I mean,
Yes.
we came in coming at 6.5 games. That was our Vegas total. Some Vegas sites had us at 3.5. Like, if this is going to be the year, just keep doing what the fuck you are doing, right? And that's what's going to get us there. I mean, now we got the hardest. We had the gauntlet at the beginning of the year. Now we got the hardest strength of schedule coming at the end of the year. Fuck it, give me the fucking 5 seed going in the playoffs. Let us work for it. If we're gonna win, we're gonna win. All right, we're gonna win the hard fucking way. That's how we're gonna do it. And I want that. Give us that.
if we
Clean
if we don't
football.
if we don't win all 3 of them, I'm fine with winning 2. If we don't win 2, I'm actually fine with going 1 and 2. It just doesn't matter. I want health at the end of the day. I want to go into these playoffs. We've punched our ticket. We've already earned our right. And if we leave it all out in the field in a game that we lose and we can't win the division as a result of that, I'm okay with it. I can live with it. However, at that point, let's go in healthy. That's all I care about at that point, because I think that we can scheme better than anybody else. I think we care more than anybody else, and I think we want it more than anybody else. This team has the potential to bring one home. It just does.
I'm
Well,
going to
look
go
on
with
it.
clean football. Aaron Jones not fumbling. We seem to have moved past that. Let's stay past it. Sam Darnold taking care of the ball, making good gutsy decisions, and taking the risk when it's appropriate. Right. Clean football and let the pieces drop where they may. And so long as we're playing clean football, the pieces will drop in our favor way more often than they will not.
Go ahead, Mike. What's your take?
All right, my take is just basically just have protect Darnold as much as possible and have our defense better defend the pass. Because we do better jobs at defending the pass, it's more likely we'll be able to win if we can limit the yards through the air. But the difference maker may be on the ground, but we just need to defend the skies.
George.
Cody, you're muted, buddy.
Cody, your mic's not on.
Hey, George, you like this? Watch this.
We haven't defended the skies the past 14 games. That's not going to change. The only reason why the defense steps up is because of the pressures, right? And then it sends opportunistic ways for takeaways for those cornerbacks. Like it's a Brian Flores defense. If people got to realize this is a Brian Flores defense. The bend but don't break. You're going to be 20. I mean, look at Matt Patricia. He came from the same system. He was a 29th ranked pass defense when he was over there at the Lions, but he was number 3 in takeaways with them. Like it's that style of defense that we play, and that's what's going to happen. Oh, you're talented.
I'll say
if beer drinking was an Olympic event, we'd have our member, we'd have our representative.
Me and Cody tag team that thing.
So I say this. My final take is, if we don't win these 3, I just want to see, no hiccups, whether it be from the offense or defense. I want us to see, a complete game like we've been doing for the last couple games, and like how we started off the first 5 weeks. Offense, defense, special teams, limited amount of hiccups.
I agree. I want to see us playing football the way we've been playing football. I know I said, like, besides 3 wins, what do you want? I mean, I want to win. But the way we've been doing that is the way we've been playing football. Mistake-free, not committing turnovers. If we do that and lose, I could live with it. So I just want to see us keep playing football the way we've played football the last 3 games, maybe the last 4 games. I don't know. Ever since, like, that Cardinal game. Like, ever since then, I want to see that kind of football.
Yeah, we have our identity. I think I said that earlier in the show, and I think that's a real good theme for tonight for me anyway. Keep that identity going, man. I like what we are. I think we have a chance to be really strong at the end of the season.
And
and it's time to show.
All right, let's talk about the Seahawks game a little bit. We kind of dibbled and dabbled into it, but let's really get into it. This starts our gauntlet. We're going up against the 8-6 Seahawks. I think this is one of the better records that we've faced in a while. Correct?
Hell yeah.
So things are getting tough for us. As Mike has pointed out, our last time beating Seattle in Seattle was 2006. We had Brad Johnson throwing to Marcus Robinson. Chester Taylor ran for a 95-yard touchdown in that game. I think we smoked them. It was like 30-13 or something like that.
Hang on. Pull up the score real quick.
But then enter Russell Wilson. And we have lost 5 straight in Seattle, including 3 years in a row when it seemed like we played them every single damn year in Seattle. 2018, 2019, 2020. So this is time to end that. There's no more Russ. This isn't the same Viking team. What are your thoughts heading into this game, Rinaldi?
I'm still nervous about it. I know that there's like this stigma that we have a hard time winning in Seattle. And that doesn't necessarily scare me. I do know that the weather's a little bit off. It's going to be Seattle-y weather, right? 40 degrees, rainy. And the last couple times I've seen Darnold play in those conditions, he didn't have great games. It was London and it was Jacksonville.
J&J, Jets, Jacksonville, same thing.
Yeah, right. There you go. However, I'm a little nervous about that on the offensive side. And I think that there's some problems on the defensive side. I don't think we match up against this team that great. I think we're underestimating how we match up against all NFC West teams except San Francisco. I think that we match up good against San Francisco. We don't match up great against the Rams. What do they have? A quarterback that can understand what a blitz looks like, a pro, and a great set of wide receivers. And honestly, that's kind of what Seattle is in a little bit of a poor man's version of it. So I'm worried. I'm worried about DK. I'm worried about JSN. I'm worried about even Noah Fant. I mean, they've got weapons on the outside, and if Geno's not hurt, we got to be careful of this team. We got to be careful of this team.
I'm not worried about Geno at all. He has as many touchdowns as interceptions this year.
Hold on.
I didn't say I was worried about him, but if
I'm getting fact checked. But Purple Jesus, please tell me you're not talking about a damn preseason game right now. Okay, or else you're going to lose your fact checking credibility. Because when we played them in 2019, we lost 37-30. I believe that's the game when Alexander Madison missed the damn hole at the 1 yard line.
2020.
Was that the one where Bobby Wagner actually leaped over and blocked the field goal?
Yeah, illegal as fuck.
And
I think that's
December 2nd, 2019, my friend. Seattle Seahawks 37, Vikings 30. We only play them once a year, my guy. We beat them 25-19 in preseason on
Yes,
August
sir, you
18th.
are right about that.
You were at the preseason game, my guy. Have another beer. Love you.
Hey.
Now I'm starting to doubt his fact check of me on Dalvin Cook being injured at home. Sorry, I got to do it. It's all coming apart.
I had a lot of faith in the guy. His name was Purple Jesus. I was like, wow, this guy must be someone.
I mean, have you ever seen the Purple G?
I'm getting Lincoln vibes.
Is he Adrian Peterson?
Oh.
Are we arguing with Adrian Peterson?
No, Adrian Peterson wasn't at that game.
Or
was he playing for Seattle at the time?
He might have been.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
2021 was in Minnesota. We did not. We're talking about beating them in Seattle, man.
What do you guys think about
since 2006?
Yeah.
Purple Jesus has had too much time, just like the Green Bay dude did. What do we got? Where are we going next? Who's got another take for Seattle?
Yeah, Cody, what are your thoughts going into this game?
So Seattle is on the verge of losing their playoff spot. Like, I got an elf here, elf on the shelf. It says a sea chicken stole my hat, but I'm about to steal their playoffs. Right? They're on the verge of losing a playoff spot right now. If they lose, their playoff chances go down to 17%. Right? And then I'm going to love it, too, when I hear about the strength of victory fucking thing again. And it's going to be like, well, there wasn't a playoff team because that's where strength of the victory comes forward at the end of the year. And it's just like, dude, who gives a fuck about strength of victory? We are winning regardless.
We will. If us and the Eagles go 3-0, we're going to care about strength of victory because that's the fourth tiebreaker, and that's what it'll come down to.
Yeah, and we should have that.
Right, but we'll care.
Have that regardless. I mean,
All right, so how about this? This isn't my hot take, but this is a prediction. One of us on this panel at the end of the game is going to give Cam Akers a game ball.
I like that prediction.
Why don't you just save that one? That's a good one.
Save it.
Except you got to know your panel, I guess, because then he had 3 touchdowns at 150, but is that a game ball?
I want to give him the game ball, but Fish said one of us wouldn't. I can't have him be right, so
that's what I was getting at.
Jared Bradbury for snapping the ball.
My biggest takeaway from the Seattle game is that this team is playing with their backs in the corner right now, and they're going to come out. They're going to come out hot, right? And we got to figure out a way to beat them. And I think me and David came up with some good keys that we'll go over later about it. But their backs are against the wall, and a team that is dangerous is when their backs are against the wall.
I agree with that.
I agree with that, and I don't take this team lightly at all. They've been playing pretty good. Geno's not a top of the NFL quarterback, but he's definitely not a bottom. He's the middle of the NFL quarterback, and that's dangerous. I mean, our secondary sucks. So unless we're getting to him and sacking him, he can hurt us. So I'm worried about that. And I think somebody in the chat said Kenneth Walker is going to be back for this game.
Ooh,
yeah,
I was hoping.
It's iffy.
Number 1 run defense in the league.
They opened him up.
We have the number one rush defense in the league, but the last 2 weeks we've given up like over 90 yards rushing to. So
That's fine. It's not over
we're
100.
slipping a little bit.
I don't think we number 1 anymore. We might be number 3 now.
Yeah, if Ivan Pace was in, it'd be different.
Yeah, but I'm not really was like scared of Geno Smith. He's got 14 touchdowns and 13 picks this year. He's not a good quarterback this year.
Have you seen the Vikings play against average quarterbacks?
It's a better quarterback than Geno Smith, and I seen what happened to that better quarterback.
Fish, what are your thoughts going into this game?
I think I kind of said it with my prediction. I think that we're going to run the ball really well. I am a little concerned about their defense getting to Sam Darnold, actually, because what was it, the Cardinals, where Cody was harping on their blitz packages and how they were able to creatively get to him and sack him. I'm a little concerned about that. I think that this is going to be our heaviest run game that you're going to see out of us yet. And I think we're going to control the ball. We're going to end up winning by 10 or more.
I hope so, because I have a hot take that the Vikings will be top 10 in rush attempts, and right now they're 13th, so that will go a long way.
Boom.
What about you, Mike? What do you think about going into this game?
Going into the game, excuse me. Let's see. First of all, sorry I was away, was experiencing connection issues, so I apologize to all of you and everyone in the audience. Second off, yeah, like I said, it's Jones and Akers that need to take over the helm and be the number one option on the ground, and primarily option. Secondary option, throw short, quick passes to JJ and Addison, because Seattle loves it when people go deep. And another thing, protect Darnold at all costs.
Yeah, they got to do that, but if they're protecting him, he's got to get rid of the ball. You can't be like, damn, this protection's pretty nice. I like it.
I want to try and go deep. No, have the receivers run short routes as much as possible. Just pick up first downs.
Now you look like Ronaldo.
Me?
He ain't that pretty.
Ronaldo's been begging for Sam Darnold to go short.
David.
Ronaldo's been begging for him to go short, but he thinks that Sam Darnold doesn't have the ability to actually
Can't go short. I'm freaking out listening to that. He can't go short.
George, you have to stay. You must stay.
Fuck that. Sling that rock. Throw that motherfucker.
Sling that rock.
As much as I'm talking about running, this is going to be like Sam Darnold's 400-yard game.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's raining.
Raining and windy, it's going to be his 400-yard game.
It's not going to be easy.
For those of you in the chat, let me know what you're confident about in this game and what worries you in the game. Shaq, what are your thoughts going into this one?
So my thoughts are the Super Bowl starts with this game right here. We got to show that we could play away in Seattle in muggy conditions, if it's raining or not. We're gonna have to shut down that run game. Like, if Kenneth Walker is back, then that's my main concern. Don't let Seattle get the run play action going.
Who's watching the damn game?
I am.
It's KOC.
Go on, lower it, KOC.
Yeah, now is not the time to be watching tape.
We can all hear the game.
All right. Yes, I can see the game.
Matchups.
All right, Shaq.
Down.
Shaq, what match are you looking forward to in this one?
So what worries me in this game is these going to be the key matchups. Is Seattle got a great D line. They got Leonard Williams, who I always wanted. I think he went to USC. I'm not sure. They got Jonathan Hankins and Jaron Reeves. That is their 3-4 defensive line. What they like to do is they're going to try to get pressures, and then they're going to try to use them to hold the gaps. And then, like Cody was bringing up, they got exotic blitzes just like we do. They might send their corners to blitz, or they might send a safety. So it's going to be up to Sam Darnold and the offensive line to get the communication going.
Dig it.
They also got their secondary. They got my boy Devin Witherspoon. I was watching the highlights from the Cardinals versus Seahawks, and he made this one play. No, it wasn't the Cardinals versus Seahawks. It was 49ers. He made this one play where he dove at the ball, hit it up, and the defensive lineman caught that. So it's kind of like he is a young he's not rookie, but he's a young up and coming corner who we have to look out for, and it's gonna be a good matchup between him versus Justin Jefferson. If he could contain Justin Jefferson, then we might have a problem. But I don't think he can contain Justin Jefferson. And then they got Tyreek Woolen on the other side. He is a turnover magnet, but he also is grabby. So we might get pass interference penalties on him. Moving on to the other side of the ball, I would say that matchup between the D line versus our offensive line.
Oof. I'd say that against anybody. Oof.
Can they get a good rush going though, Shaq? I mean, who's on that D line, man? Who does it?
Seattle
It's mostly Leonard Williams, and then they also got Byron Murphy, but he's a rookie, so like don't expect him to get too much. Even though we've been fucked by a rookie before, and Tavondre Sweat, but I'm not really worried about Byron Murphy that much. It's more so Leonard Williams, and then the blitzes that come off of Leonard Williams.
Welcome back, Unc.
Yeah, I'm not really worried about the Seattle's defense. I mean, they come up with some exotic stuff. I think we have the right scheme. We can put it forward to beat that. I think it's going to be heavily relying on running the ball this game because Seattle gives up 127.5 yards rushing per game right now. And I think we have one of the better running backs that they'll see all year, that they've seen all year long, right? Because they saw San Francisco, but they didn't see him with CMC. They saw him with Isaiah Granado, wherever the hell his name is.
Garendo.
Saw Kyron Williams. Kyron Williams is a good running back. He's a better red zone running back. He's a power back. He's gonna score those. I don't think they've seen a guy like Aaron Jones yet. So I hope how we play is influenced with Aaron Jones.
I agree with the Witherspoon and Woolen versus Jefferson and Addison. That's going to be a big one. I know they don't play against each other, but I'm interested to see Addison versus JSN.
Yeah, well, JSN.
I mean, they're drafted, close to each other in the same draft. I thought Vikings would get either one of them. I had JSN as my second one. I think you had him as number one, Shaq, but we both were on Addison, so they're the 1 and 2. I'm interested to see what they both do in this game. I think they're both going to have to come up big for their teams to win. But I also agree that we got to run the damn ball.
And what's bullshit about the situation, Keith, is ever since I got in the playoffs in that 2-quarterback league, the number one wide receiver for that team has played the Minnesota Vikings, and it's my wide receiver. So I'm like, fuck.
This is why me and Fish aren't playing fantasy next year. Because guess what? I'm playing against my brother to go to the championship game, and guess who he has?
Who?
Justin Jefferson.
Hey, I got
go.
Team 2.
5 touchdowns.
So there's that confliction, Fish, right?
That's rough.
Let's go. That's why I'm like, run the down. We got to run the ball. We must run the ball.
Yeah.
This should be a running
4
game.
rushing touchdowns.
Aaron Jones, 175 and 3 touchdowns. I'm for it.
That's funny.
Yeah. What if you cheer for Jefferson and then just say fuck everyone else?
The Seahawks.
I'm not going to root against Jefferson. I'm just not.
The Seahawks defense, they're ranked 19th in the league. We are at 13th total, and that's total defense. Passing defense, they're at 13. Rushing defense, they're at 22nd. So, I have a really good feeling that our offense is way better than what their defense is putting out.
But they have a pretty good offense themselves.
Yeah,
this could end up a high-scoring game. We've been a bend don't break type of defense. This might be a game where we break.
Gino has 14 touchdowns, 13 interceptions on the year. I think our team being opportunistic and picking the ball off of takeaways, I think we get a couple takeaways in this game.
Hey, Purple Jesus, I hear you. But this is to go to the finals. If you lose, you're out.
I think fuck. What was I about to say?
I think that too, Shaq.
Yeah, I agree.
Exactly.
Like, you've been spot on all night, and you don't miss.
No, because I was reading what Purple Jesus said, and then it just blanked my mind.
I mean, and you also got. I'm not just playing against somebody. I'm playing against my damn brother, who actually hasn't even paid his league fee. So I kind of don't care if he wins, to be honest, because then I'll just take the money.
We're trying to have a Super Bowl.
I mean, why does he have to pay if he wins?
Because everybody else had to pay before they started.
There you go.
It's not fair.
Keith had all that
Or
money.
else if you don't win, you're like, try and collect.
So I'm gonna take his league fees times 2, and then I'll give him his winnings. Because guess what? If he doesn't win, I probably got to pay his damn money.
There you go.
Yeah. It's got to go to me.
Yeah, and Cody's not gonna be like, I know your brother didn't pay. You're good. So no, if he wins, I'm taxing that ass. All right. So what are our keys to the game in this one?
All right, big keys to the game. The number one key to the game, I think we saw it last week. And I want to say it was because Brian O'Neill left the game, right? We when Brian O'Neill left the game, we ran the ball once, and on that one run, we lost 4 yards. So they're like, oh, abandon it. It's not working, so we're going to throw it. Don't abandon the run. All right, this team gives up 127.5 rushing yards per game. Run the fucking football. And I will put that in all caps like Andrew the Packer fan did, and I will do it every single fucking message that I send out in our group chat. Run the ball. Do not abandon it. That's what got you your win last week, was running the football, right? You had a deep pass to JJ. He dropped the ball. Does it happen? Yeah, wide receiver going to drop the ball. But should it happen to JJ? Probably not, right? But run the ball. It's what sets up the play. It's what sets up that pass play, right? KOC is a play action coach, right? To get that play action off, to get that shot play that we all want to see every game, that deep ball, you run the fucking football with Aaron Jones and just keep running it, right? Last year, Packers had Aaron Jones. Packers don't make playoffs with Aaron Jones. He went off for 5 straight 100-yard rushing games, right? We're kind of seeing that from Aaron Jones right now with his winning streak. We're seeing Aaron Jones pick up over 75 yards a game, right? Running the ball. He had 133 total scrimmage yards last game. He had 140 the game before that. Feed Aaron Jones the fucking football.
I agree for more reasons than one.
So do I. And I think that there was a point in this season where I was scared to hand the football off because we kept fumbling the football in run situations. And I think KOC had that same problem too. But you know what? It's time now to make sure that if we run the ball, they can show that we can run the ball. We have to be dominant about it. You have to be confident in it. And now's the time to, like, these 3 games, if we can't run the ball, we ain't going far in the playoffs anyway. Now's the time to prove it. We're playing 3 playoff teams likely, and let's go do it. Let's just show that we can. Number 2, key to the game, is don't shoot ourselves. We win when we don't. And I'm not just talking about turnovers. It's like the simple stuff. Drop passes. Drop touchdown that Justin Jefferson had. He had a walk-in touchdown, and he didn't score. And I made this point earlier, but I'm going to make it again. That was like a turnover. We were on what, the 42-yard line, 38-yard line, something like that. That was basically a turnover at an early point in the game where we would have kind of iced that game last week.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you have to call that a turnover. We had 10 penalties. Don't shoot ourselves in the foot. Pre-snap penalties are starting to come back in. Cam had 4 of them, right? He had 4 pre-snap penalties. They were 10 yards. I mean, we got to stop that stuff. Let's find some discipline on this team and act like a championship team. We play to a championship level. Our stats are championship stats. But guess what? We have to fix that stuff and be disciplined. That's what championship teams do.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if y'all noticed Trey stop.
The interception was just a short punt, by the way. He was going to get sacked, and he just threw it.
I agree with that.
Nobody's mad about that interception. That
Not
wasn't
me at all.
That wasn't a doorknob.
Well, I mean, I was disappointed.
Touchdown before that. I mean, we've been kind of saying that all year long, right? We should have scored here, or that pass interference shouldn't have happened there. We'd be. This is how the Vikings play. I mean, my opinion, yeah, don't shoot yourself in the foot. But do we do it every single game?
Yeah.
100% we do. And
Just
like,
don't
don't
tip-
do it
like-
another time.
It's part of our identity. It's kind of that's been my theme tonight. Part of our identity is we kind of shoot ourselves in the foot. How about stopping it though?
Mhm.
How about changing our identity? I'm okay with that.
And that makes us a more dominant team. Like, we're gonna blow out teams. I think it's that one thing we see. It's like, shit, and then it's shot ourselves in the foot. We aren't blowing out a team like what we want to be doing.
Usually in the first drive. It usually happens real early.
Get it out of the way. First drive, baby.
All right, key number 3. All right, I think this is probably the biggest key of the game. Geno Smith, make him play short. Make him dump the ball off. I mean, I'm only saying this because quarterbacks in this league that aren't elite, like your Patrick Mahomes, your Justin Herberts, your guys that know how to win games by playing short, right? They get bored. The guys that aren't like the Patrick Mahomes, they get bored with things. And they're going to want, what? I'm just been dumping it. I can take this shot now, right? I'm going to throw this ball deep. Make him play short so he gets bored. Right? When he gets bored, he's going to want to take that shot, that chance. And that when he does take that one chance, that's when we get the ball back. That's our takeaway. Right?
Combine
The ball, right? And then you can see with Geno Smith the whole year. Yeah, Cam Bynum, interception. But you see it with Geno the whole year. He's got 14 touchdowns, 13 picks. Right? Because he gets sick and tired of playing the ball short. You got all these wide receivers, all these weapons out there. He's going to make that dumb chance and try to launch it to it, right? Make him play short until he gets bored. Let him throw that ball deep once.
One of the things that's not happening in the narrative of this game is Geno Smith was a Jets second round pick as a quarterback, right? First or second round pick as a quarterback. And guess what they tried to do with both Sam Darnold and Geno Smith? Put a square peg into a round hole and make them short yardage game managers. And you know what? Neither one of them are short yardage game managers. That's why both of these guys ended up on teams that are kicking ass after the fact. They had the wrong coach, the wrong segment put against both of these guys. So to Cody's point, what Geno Smith does do is throw long. He's got good touch, and he's not afraid to throw the ball. If we can stop him from doing that, guess what we've done? We've neutralized Geno Smith. We've turned him into the Jets quarterback he used to be. And let's hope that the Seahawks don't do that to Sam Darnold, because it's the same story.
So let's say we make Geno play short until he makes that mistake. I mean, not make that mistake, but starts to throw deep. What's the next key?
Watch TV in the bathroom because I
Don't let the wide receivers make chunk plays. Don't let them do it, man. You can't let the wide receivers make chunk plays. Now, who do they have on the outside? Honestly, when I watch Seahawks games, I don't see Geno throwing down the middle. That dagger play that kicks our ass. I'm not saying that he can't turn into that, but that is not what I see when I watch Seahawks games. And I watch a lot of 4:00 games or 3:00 games in Minnesota.
1 o'clock games in California.
1 o'clock games on the West Coast. But at the end of the day, what I see Geno doing, he throws outside really well. And these both of these receivers are point of attack, point of the catch kind of guys. And we don't have big guys on the outside. We needed Gilmore back because it's not only about big, it's about leverage, it's about angle, it's about understanding how to play that corner spot. Cody could probably speak more to that, but at the end of the day, there is no reason that we let these guys make these big chunk plays. And I would say this one last thing. I don't love our cornerbacks. I don't think they've played well this year, but the one thing they have done is contain. They haven't let a lot of stuff go over the top. There has been some, but very little. It's not been frustrating to watch these cornerbacks not let stuff go over the top, and mostly because they've contained the outside and given up the inside.
Yes, and that's spot on. Like, you look at us play, we haven't given many corner routes out. We haven't given many out routes out, right? Those outside plays towards the sideline. We gave up a streak. Was it the Rams game? Gave a streak to Robinson, I think it was.
Yeah.
A streak on the outside in the end zone, right? But and even that was really contested. Like that, we are that's the style of defense that you're playing with. Oh, hey, what's up, Keith? That's the style of defense that you're playing with.
Something here.
It's the style of defense that you're playing with a Flores defense, right? Like you see it. Everybody's like, oh, they're playing a shell defense. No, it's just he's putting 7 people on the D line. He's got 4 DBs up top on the line to gain, right? That's where they need to go to. And that's just how the defense is as a Flores defense. So, yes, everything is going to be up in the middle. The slants, the drags, the skinny posts, the ends. Like, to stop what we're so good is we don't allow them to throw it outside on us. We'll take up a lot of yards. You're going to get a lot of yards until the field gets a little bit shorter. When I mean the field gets a little bit shorter is when you're in that red zone. Now we have the 12th defender on the field, and is that back end of that end zone. That's our 12th defender. So we're going to bend but don't break. We're not going to give anything up on the outside, and I think we match up very well against the Seahawks team because of what we don't give up on the outside.
On defense, I would agree with that. And what happens when the field gets shorter, the middle gets shorter. It's not as open. That's what gets ugly. It's too muddy in the middle. And that's what happens at the end of the day when you start getting close in there. That works against this team. So I like that key to the game. I feel really confident about it, but I still don't feel confident about the whole game. So we'll see what happens, man. Let's go. What do you got last, Cody?
The last key of the game is just keep playing this year's Vikings football. Just keep doing what you're doing. Like I bitched earlier this year about like, oh, we're not blowing out teams. Oh, we're not doing this. We're barely getting by. We just barely beat the Jags. We should have beat the Titans by 20. And I'm looking at it like, no, maybe now we shouldn't be like that. Just keep playing what you're doing. You're winning games, 7 straight. Strength of victory. Go fuck yourself with that fucking. I don't give a shit. We're winning games. A win is a win. We've been saying that all year too. Like a win's a win. Yeah, the win is a win. And just
no, it's not.
It is.
It is now.
It is a win, no matter how.
playoffs.
It is now.
Wait, hold on. It's a win. I haven't been waiting to say a win is not a win because strength of victory.
Yeah. I feel like if we change.
Oh, come on. You have no idea how many Lions fans have said that to me.
If we change the way we win, I think we lose.
Detroit.
I'm gonna say that right now. I think the way we change, if we change the way we win in games, I think we lose. And I don't want to be that way. I want to keep winning. So just keep doing what the fuck you're doing as a team. Brian Flores, yeah, keep bending, but don't breaking. Keep giving up the yards. Get the pressures out there. Be opportunistic. Pick the ball off. Sam Darnold, you're gonna have your 1-1 games, your 1-3 games, your 3-0 games, like touchdown to interception ratio. Just you have Sam Darnold as your quarterback. You have ancient Stephon Gilmore as your corner. Shaq Griffin that nobody wanted. Blake Cashman that came over here because the Texans didn't want him. Greenard because they thought Hunter was better than Greenard. You got all these players that nobody fucking wanted. A whole ass list of players that are undrafted free agents that nobody wanted to draft. We're the throwaways. We're the replacements. Just keep doing what you're doing, and then it'll get you back what you were trying to accomplish this year.
Yeah, man. I completely think that we've established what our identity is. We may not win games in big giant fashion, but and what I mean by that, it doesn't look dominating. We have 30 minutes of possession, 32 minutes of possession, maybe 65, 72, 73 offensive plays every game, and it may not look like the Chiefs, but you know what? And I mean the Chiefs when they were good, not now. But at the end of the day, this team is going to continue to win. I see them going deep into the playoffs, and if we do what we're doing, we have a really good shot of that. Let's go. Let's go.
I'm gonna put a slogan to this, and I'm gonna grab my beer like everybody in this chat room should. Just keep chugging.
Yep.
Just keep chugging.
I'll keep sipping. So, Mike, what do you think about those keys?
I loved every single one of them, but I also have some keys of my own if I may be willing to share to you guys and our beloved.
No, so Michael Fish. No, go ahead, Mike. Go ahead.
So here are my keys. It's some things that we have to do, contain K9 as much as possible because not only is he a threat on the running game, but he can also be a versatile threat in the screen game.
Okay.
And also,
Fair.
beware DK and JSN. Those guys love racking up yards on opposing defenses.
So don't give up chunk plays.
Yes, but if we can maintain time of possession, run it down their throats, and make sure that we beat Seattle in time of possession stats, we have a good chance of winning. And also, don't miss easy field goals and make stupid decisions.
Well, you missed it earlier, Mike. Reichert is back. He's got his 3XL jock strap back on. He's back to being accurate. He's not being pinched and infringed upon.
Mike,
Good.
Do you know the nickname I gave Willie Reichert?
No, what is it?
Willie Three Legs.
Really, 3 legs?
Guess that.
He don't get
kicking
it.
tripod. Dude's a kicking tripod.
He has a third leg.
Nice.
He don't know what we're talking about.
Mike is so innocent.
You need to clip that so bad.
I'm not clipping that one. Oh, just the nice. That was pretty good. That was pretty good.
Nice.
Thank you.
Hey, so what? So I was thinking, like, so you guys saw me mess with the camera. Part of me wants to do the hot takes like that, but part of me doesn't. I think it's cool, but then I think we lose our reactions.
Yeah,
the reactions kind of make the videos.
Yeah, they do.
So I don't know. Like maybe predictions. We try that or something. Just something. That's why I was messing with. That's why I put all of us in there real quick to see how it was to change us in and out, and it'd be pretty easy and seamless.
Yeah, I like it actually. I think
I like it. I like it too. But what I was saying right now is like if we did it during our hot takes, we kind of lose our reactions to each other's hot takes a little bit.
Especially yours, David. Some of yours have been just pure gold.
And then we're like, oh, like what? Oh, might be something we have to mess around with. Maybe in the off season when we do hot takes, or in the off season when our hot takes are going to be absolutely horrible.
Yeah.
Ooh, I want to do a hot take so bad right now.
Oh, we're getting into one. We're going to get into that. But first, let's go ahead and do our predictions for this game. So if you guys haven't been following along, we started doing a little game for the last 5 games of the season where we're keeping track of points. You get a point if you if you predict the game's winner. You lose a point if you get that one wrong. That's the only way you can lose a point. You get a point if you're within 2 points of the Vikings score. You get a point if you're within 2 points of the opponent's score. Now, if you nail the winner and the exact score, you get a bonus 5 points. So that's a big one. It's hard to do. Some would say you should get more than 5 points. Not me, though, but some people would say that. Triple Jesus. Thursdays are our main night to do shows. Sometimes we go live on Saturday, but we also go live after every Vikings game. Even if it's a Monday night game, we get back on here and we do it for 2 hours after that. So we're here every Thursday and after every Viking game. And we've also joined up with some other Viking podcasts where some of us will be on a show on Fridays. You don't got to sign up for nothing different. It'll be broadcast here, but some of us will be on that show too, along with 5 other Viking podcasters. So we're in the mix with some other stuff, but Thursday is our main show. All right. So last week, Shaq was the winner. He had 3 points. He got the Vikings correct, and he was within 2 points of the Vikings score and the Bears score. So congrats on that. For the season, me and Shaq are tied with 4 points. Michael Fish has 3 points. Cody and Rinaldi sitting with the Bears with 2 points.
For now. Let's see if they can make up some ground. So let's go ahead and get into these predictions. Shaq, since you were the big dog last week, I'm going to let you choose. You want to go first or last?
I'll go first.
Okay.
All right, go for it.
$28-21 Vikings.
28-21 Vikings. All right, that's fair. He had to do some math up in that. He's like, I'll go first. I'm ready. Wait a minute. All right. Rinaldi, what do you got?
I got if the weather stays good, which I'm assuming it's going to be good enough. I'm going to go with 42-37 Seattle.
Oh, I didn't even get to say it. I was going to say this might be the week that somebody actually does it. I think like last 5 or 6 weeks, we've all taken the Vikings. It might even go back. It might be since the damn Texans game since one of us didn't take the Vikings.
Yeah.
And here it is. 42-37 Seahawks.
You're a little too proud for that, man.
You going with the odds.
I see that, but Ronaldo's been proud to do that. Proud to say the Packers are going to win the division. I don't know, man. Proud to say Vikings aren't going to get the number 1 seed. They're going to be a wild card, but he followed up with they're going to go to the NFC Championship, so I gave him some grace on that one. Damn.
It's just one game, bro. What are you talking about? It's one game.
What? It's not one game. It's a culmination of things you've said.
I haven't been wrong about any of them yet.
We load
Yeah.
this thing up. We load
All
this
right,
motherfucker.
Cody, give us your prediction for this game.
Hey, sorry, Coach Grubb. Coach Grubb, I'm sorry. If you guys didn't know, Coach Grubb was my high school coach when I played football. He's now the offensive coordinator for the Seattle Seahawks. He came from 8-man football league all the way to Washington, South Dakota State or South Dakota University, all the way up into the NFL, Washington, the NFL, right? Great dude. I used to mow his fucking yard back in the day in a small town of fucking, I think my graduating class was 28. Yeah, it's 28 kids. Like, we barely filled a fucking 11-man when we went 8-on-8. I'm going to say this right now. Sorry, Coach Grubb, but Vikings 31-10. We beat that ass. And I'm the only one on this panel, I think, has going to be scoring since we've been writing down scores for points, keeping it at us winning by double-digit scores.
No, you're not. Shaq had three score win.
I did.
Yeah, double.
I had 29-15.
What do you have the week before?
42-13.
Oh yeah, but it's now you said 42-37, so it don't count no more.
I mean, I hit the Falcon score on the head, and I had us winning by 2 scores.
So you're gonna have us win by 2 scores tonight?
Nope.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So I'm still on it. 31.
You are in last place, my guy. So you might want a new strategy.
No, I'm a fucking Vikings fan. I'm gonna be fucking proud about it.
Likewise.
Michael Fish, what do you got?
Minnesota Vikings 18, Seattle Seahawks 7.
Wow.
Bang. Double digit. You win defense.
I don't like that at all. I don't like that at all. I mean, I like it in the sense that we win, but that game just sounds like, God, can this game just be over?
Sorry, Coach Grubb.
So, Mike, you're going to say something?
I was gonna give out my prediction if I could. I was waiting till it was my turn.
Oh, go ahead.
All right, my final prediction: 33-20.
33-20 Vikings. Interesting score, but it might not be as interesting as mine.
Let's go.
Oh, let's see it, Keith.
Actually, I after last week, I just can't get much more interesting. But what I'm going to go with is the Minnesota Vikings are going to win this game 30-22.
Ooh, nice. I'm fine with that.
That shit is crazy. That's not even with the tip.
I hope so.
A win is a win.
A win is not a win.
These next,
you know what? These next 3 games, a win is a win.
So now they're house money.
You got no. It's not about house money.
When's it house money, baby? When?
These next 3 games, it don't matter if we win 2-0, right, Keith?
No, it doesn't. A win is a win is not the same thing as saying it's house money. I will subscribe to a win is a win before I subscribe to house money.
Likewise.
You're the guy that you put $2 on black, even though you got $120 on house money. You're like, I got $2 on black. I'm on it.
No, I'm the guy that like, okay, I won money. I want to stay a winner. Like I don't want to just go ahead and go back to what I was. Like I have new expectations. Okay, you know, I can get a new car now. I can have a better looking car. I don't have to have this car anymore.
You're the reason casinos make crazy money, bro.
No, I'm not. I'm not a gambler. I'm not a gambler.
He's the guy sitting in the cafeteria eating his free ice cream and drinking his free beer.
I'm a guy at the penny slots waiting for the guy to come with my free beer.
There you go, bro. Me too.
Look,
actually.
and you know what? There ain't nothing wrong with that, Keith.
Nothing wrong with that, bro.
I'm like, what do you mean you don't have $2 blackjack?
I like the girls that you walk
Going to
up
Hooters.
Yeah, right there you go. I like the girls that you walk up to and say, "Hey, do you party?"
Just saying. I'm not a big gambler. I don't like giving up my money. There's no, so I guess I just don't believe in house money, period. Before we get into our hot takes, I just wanted to go over the playoff picture just a little bit. The Vikings did clinch a playoff spot last week, but we're looking for more. Our odds to win the division right now sit at 27%, which before last week was only at 10%. But with the Lions losing and us beating the Bears, we're now at 27% chance of winning the division. I like those odds, compared to what we were at maybe like 3-4 weeks ago. I bet you it was lower than 10%. Our odds for the number one seed is at 17%. I like it. We were only at 7% last week.
What are the Lions' odds at winning the division?
I don't know. You have to go to a Lions podcast.
Yeah, I will never do. Although
Actually, you're in Detroit. You should tell me.
You should be seeing it on your damn newspaper, son.
Oh, don't say this. King D's actually my friend, and he's saying this shit, man.
The only feed I look at is
into existence.
Vikings feed. Because I love my team. I love my team. I've loved this team since 2009. I'll roll with the Purple Rain.
So if the playoffs start today, we'll be playing the Rams in SoFi for the second time this year. How you guys feel about how you guys feel about a rematch against the Rams in LA?
Can I say? Go ahead, Cody.
Go ahead, Cody.
Let's do it. It's tough. Tough to beat a team twice in a year.
Am I allowed to go?
I don't give a fuck. It's your show.
No.
Hold on, wait a minute.
It has nothing to do with the show. It has nothing to do with the
answer is
show.
no. And I'll tell you what, Keith. I think that we would put a pool together to send you to the next game after they win, just to keep you away from SoFi.
Yes, 100%.
I've seen us win at SoFi. It was just against the Chargers.
I was just gonna say I hope it's not the same refs, but keeping Keith away from that game might help too.
So King D is actually a Rams fan.
You gotta say it. You say, what is that?
It shows.
My take on that game, if we have to go to SoFi, is that I don't think the other game is entirely a precedent for what's going to happen in this game. We had a 4-day stretch. We had just played the Lions. I think that KOC and this team would be up to the challenge. Is it a game I actually want in the first round? And do I think it's fair to play a fucking 9-7 team when we're 14 and whatever and 13 and whatever? I think it's bullshit. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, am I really that afraid of them in SoFi? Not based on the last game. Not based on that last game. I want another shot at them. I think we take them out.
100%. I want to know about your friend, Keith. He was a St. Louis fan also?
Well, I don't know. Yeah, he was. Actually, he was.
He's a Rams fan. Okay, then more respect to him.
No, he's a Rams fan through and through.
A real Rams fan. Yeah.
All right.
But he comes on our show every week and pops in for a little bit, so he also supports us.
Nice.
Which is cool.
And we appreciate that.
Yep. Thank you, my bro.
Is there any team, like, if there's one Ronaldo in the NFC that you could say for sure guarantee will avoid in the playoffs, which one would it be?
I don't want to play Philly in Philly. I don't want to play in the cold outside at the end of the year, and that may be like PTSD from 2017. And who knows what happens if you really throw them in there. But if I had to say, I'm not afraid of the Lions. I'm a little. I don't want to go to Green Bay to play, but I don't think we're going to have to. I'll take Green Bay at home. I'll take Tampa Bay. Baker's had a pretty good run against us, but I feel like we can take them out. I like our chances, man. I like where we're at. Philly's the one that scares me the most, and I only on the road.
This guy talks like Dragos.
I really do. If you look back, like NFC, it's like the NBA East back in the day. Like the NBA season the NBA East isn't as strong as the NBA West. I feel the NFC isn't as strong as the AFC. No matter which way you look at it, I just don't think this conference is as strong as the NFC's conference. And I think we have a legitimate chance to make sure what's going to happen, and we make it all the way through.
I remember '87.
So do I.
The only thing I remember about that is my dad dropped me off somewhere. I think it was at my aunt's house. And then he picked me up when he probably shouldn't have been driving. And he was super excited that we beat the 49ers.
Well, you picture it like this. Picture like this. You know the two teams that could be in the Super Bowl for the AFC.
I was 6 years old too.
That you can pick two teams right now from the AFC going to the Super Bowl. It's going to be either the Chiefs or the Eagles. The NFC, on the other hand, to me, it's wide open. Any NFC team can get to that Super Bowl. No, not even the Eagles. The Eagles almost lost to the Panthers, 19 inches.
Yeah, you said Eagles.
Oh my gosh, Codyism! That became a Codyism in one game. The freaking Eagles and Panther game. I'll say it again. I'll drink again.
I'll drink again.
I'll drink again.
It's the Panthers. Wait, like the NFC, I think it's a little weaker than the two AFC juggernauts, right? For us, AFC, any team can make it into that Super Bowl. That's how I feel.
Cody, what are you talking about? AFC juggernauts. Let's. Can I take you down this path, man? Who are the AFC juggernauts that you're like petrified of? Buffalo and who?
No, that's the team we're playing in the Super Bowl. I'm saying the NFC. We have an easier. Any team in the NFC makes it to the Super Bowl.
I think the Ravens. I think the Ravens are the second best team in the AFC.
Ravens over the AFC can make a Super Bowl. They could be a juggernaut too. There's not a juggernaut in the NFC.
So you're afraid of Denver, Pittsburgh, the Texans. Come on, bro.
Come on. We're not putting anyone through the NFC playoffs. I'm going at this. This is what I'm going at. The playoffs is an easier route for any team in the NFC to make it.
I disagree. Totally disagree. Who's peaking in the AFC that's like so scary?
We're not putting him in the playoffs.
Justin Herbert in the Chargers.
Yeah, right. I'm petrified of them. Oh my God, the Chargers.
Fish is scared of him.
You don't understand.
I'm not scared of him one bit.
Yes, Lo. Much to Fish's chagrin, we are.
Yes, much. Can we get to the hot takes, please?
Aren't you off tomorrow?
Yeah, bro.
I don't give a shit. It doesn't affect me tonight.
The routine. It's in the routine.
In my opinion, the NFC, any team can make it to the Super Bowl.
All right, make it a hot take. This is Cody's hot take. We're moving on.
Let's go.
Yeah, maybe do some major editing.
Hey, I'm not afraid of any of the AFC teams because I'm not playing them through the team in this ball.
Thank you. There you go. Hey, Mike, start working out, dude.
Me?
No, Mike, don't work out. Mike, give us your final takes.
Okay. My final takes is that we have 5 wins left to get to the Super Bowl. It all starts here. It's time to get the number 1 seed. It's time to silence the Lion fans. And, just keep running the ball down the Seahawks' throat, and we will win.
I like it. All right, Mike, thanks for jumping on, and we'll see you on Sunday after the game.
Skol, buddy.
Skol, bro.
All right, Michael Fish. Now we can go ahead and do your hot takes and put you to sleep.
Thank God.
Tommy called it out about 45 minutes ago, and I pushed it to the limit. I'm sorry. Things are going good. The numbers are pretty good. I'm trying to get some time. We're only 9 away right now, so
9 more subs.
9 more subs. So if you're still watching, you haven't subscribed yet, please hit that subscribe button. But for those of you who have, here come our hot takes. So let's go ahead and jump with these hot takes. Michael Fish, what do you got?
All right, fellas. So the last several weeks I've kind of run really hot, gotten a little crazy. So I decided I'm going to tone it down a little bit tonight.
God dang.
This is my mild take. And bear with me because it is actually a 5-parter.
5-parter?
The
I thought
whole
you were
ass
tired. I thought you were tired.
This will edit
The
well.
Lions are going to lose to the Bears by double digits. Caleb Williams will rush for more than 90 yards in victory. Sweat will have 2 or more sacks in the game. And Kyler Gordon is going to have a pick 6.
That was 5.
That's 5.
Oh my gosh!
You might have to place a bet. Just place a dollar bet.
So remember earlier when you
Cody's looking
said,
at that
what do you
parlay
think
right
about
now.
the Lions? Remember earlier when you said, what do you think about the Lions and the Bears? And I just wouldn't say a goddamn thing. That's because I've been holding on to this.
Well, I'm gonna be honest. That I've been holding on to mine, and I thought you were about to snake it.
You put $10 on that, you're winning 1,000, my guy.
Only 1,000?
Go put 10 on that, Cody, in Fish's honor.
No, that's a fat ass leg, dude. I mean, whoa.
Leg.
Go
It's
put
a leg.
10 bucks. That helps us get the Skol Fest.
Fish, man, I love that take, bro.
That's the wild that might be one of the wildest takes that we've had during the season.
I
It
think
might
it
be.
is.
I don't
I
even
mean,
think it's that hot, fellas.
You don't
I
bet.
think that's pretty mild.
That's a fat ass SGP.
That's 40K.
Never
Fish,
seen
if
my
that
life.
happens, you're getting investigated.
That's a same game parlay out of hell. Dude, that's
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and do mine so I don't end up getting snaked. But now, like, I thought I was coming with some heat, and now, like, I just feel like I got water doused on it before I even get a chance to get it out. But I'm gonna go kind of in the mode of Cody with a little bit of Shaqism, and that is by the end of week 16, the Minnesota Vikings will be in sole possession of the number 1 seed.
Woo!
Which means the Vikings will beat the Seahawks, the Bears will beat the Lions, and the Commanders will beat the Eagles.
Yikes.
I like it. That's gonna go with my fucking hot take.
Yeah, word. You dumbass.
Hey, that's why when Fish said that they're gonna beat, he's like, when the Bears are gonna beat the Lions, like, oh my god, he's about to take mine word for word right now.
Shit.
All right, who's ready to go next?
Well,
Not Cody.
Yeah, Cody don't look ready. So Cody, what's your hot take?
I'm still going. I'll go.
All right, go ahead.
The Lions will drop 2 games on this little stretch of the last 3 that they got. We will win. You stole my shit. All right, the Lions will drop 2 games on this little stretch, and then we will still have to play Week 18 for the number 1 seed. I think the Lions are melting down like the 2023 Eagles right now. So the Lions are going to drop 2. Packers will drop 1. Full seed goes Week 18 for the number 1.
So that means we have to drop 2.
No, we can drop 1 and it's still for the 1 seed.
Still for the 1 seed.
Because if we would lose that second game, they would take it.
Yep.
But then you gotta worry about the Eagles.
If they lose 2, they'd be the 12-4. If we only lose 1. Okay, if they beat us, okay.
Yep.
Cody, hey, Cody, do me a favor to try to help me out a little bit and say that again.
No, God damn, that's hard to do. All right, the Lions will drop 2. I think they're melting down like the 2023 Eagles. Right? It's still going to come down to Week 18 for the number 1 seed. I think it's going to come down to Week 18 for the number 1 seed. Whether or not we lose 1 game or not, I think that's how it's going to come down to it.
Okay, I could make
You know
Ronaldo's
what I
work last
think?
week. I could do that.
I think
you did a good job.
This little TikTok clip right here is going to be about 4 minutes long.
Yes, well, we can do the. You know, this is my first hot take. I think we have 5 sacks against the Seattle Seahawks. We have 2 strip fumbles and a pick.
I don't want your backup hot take.
Yeah, right.
No, it's going with the first one. So you think the Lions are going to lose 2, and we're still going to be playing for the division in Week 18?
In Week 18, winning
Can like that? Can you say how I said it? That's good.
Or just do
No, I'll figure it out. I got you.
In proxy for Cody, he said this.
It's going to be a voiceover. Like, we're going to see Cody's mouth moving and the words aren't going to match it.
The voiceover. I'll do it like I did with Ronaldo with the little voice thing.
That was cool. Do it again.
The little accent and everything. All right, Shaq, what do you got?
So since you did take my Vikings will get the first seed hot take, I'm gonna go with my other hot take. I'll say Justin Jefferson will lead the league in receiving yards. He's gonna steal from Jamar Chase, and Jordan Addison will have his first 1,000-yard season.
Nice. Yeah, that's happening, bro.
Skol, buddy.
I could see the 1,000 yards. Will Jefferson end up with the league leading yards? That was hot enough.
You got to go off, baby.
Yeah, I can put the sauce on it.
Yeah.
He'd better do it in Week 18 because I need to win a fucking fantasy championship. Our Chase is my wide receiver.
Let's go.
You'll be playing me for third place. No, actually, no. You had a good start. You might be in the championship.
Me and you in the championship. I'm telling you, that's what's going to happen. It was for that.
Every time I've played my brother, I think 3 times I go to the championship in this league, and I've lost every time.
Hey, I've been in this championship once last year, my first year. I'm going to go back.
You go back. Just don't take the L again. All right.
Don't start jamming.
David Rinaldi, what's your hot take for the week?
All right, my hot take is this. I'm going to start by saying that there's more options than being the number 1 seed, the number 5 seed, or the number 7 seed. And that option that I think is the hot take for me this week is to be the number 2 seed, the division winner. I want the division winner. That's 1 home game, wild card or not, and maybe another one. You never know, because I think there's some other teams peaking in the NFC. So the hot take that I'm putting together simply is this. We go, it's backwards, 2-1. We go 2-1 and still win the division. We may not get the first seed, but we win the division, and that puts us in the NFC Championship game for sure. Hot take.
You might be the first one out of all of us to hedge your hot takes, because last week you said that we're not going to win the division and we're going to be a wild card team and go to the NFC Championship.
We won last week. It's a whole other thing. It changes. It evolves.
You thought we were going to lose to the Bears. Your whole prediction was we were going to lose to the Bears last week.
The Lions lost. It changed. It evolved
this week. So he is hedging. He's hedging because he had us losing in Seattle.
We are losing at Seattle.
But he said we're going to go 2-1. So now you have us going 3-1 because I think you also had us.
So you want me to take this farther? So we want to be very succinct about it. You're succinct. Give me a touchdown, bro. Give me a touchdown.
No, you're succinct enough. Your hot take is in. It's locked and loaded. I'm just saying how your contradiction from last week.
It's not a contradiction.
It is because you said we're
the Lions lost.
You said we're not going to be.
The Lions lost. I can evolve. There's no reason to not evolve. The Lions lost, bro.
It's a hedge.
It's a hedge.
Bro, I don't even remember what I did for breakfast today, let alone last week's fucking prediction. Okay, yeah, that's a great. Thanks a lot, man. You showed me up, motherfucker.
I didn't show you up. I was just kind of questioning.
Way to go, Keith. That was awesome, bro.
I hate every one of you motherfuckers right now. You're guilty by association, Shaq.
I gave my hot take.
I was out on the town with Fish. Nashville, he didn't say a single curse word.
He doesn't. No.
And he said one.
Fish don't be cursing.
He called us motherfuckers right now. Put $1 in the jar, Fish.
Yeah, it's his first $1.
and if you want to put the $1, you can put it here.
I'm about to put my foot in every one of your asses. Let's go. Come on.
$2. $2. All right, we're going to go ahead and wrap this thing up. Thank you for everybody who watched this. I'm going to go first on the sign off. Thank you for everybody who watched. Some of us will be live tomorrow for 6 shots of purple and gold, which is 6 different Viking podcasts. We get together and we do this thing on a Friday night and have a good time. You don't got to join anything different. It'll be streaming from this thing. So subscribe to us and you'll see it. But I hope you guys will join us. Michael Fish, what are your last words?
Good night. Let's Skol.
Was that quick enough?
Hey, wait, hold on. Purple Jesus did something because we're at 400 subscribers.
Really?
We are?
Yes.
Wake up, Michael Fish.
Yeah,
Another
I think he
hour.
just
Let's go.
hit us with another 9.
400, bro. Thank you, guys.
400.
Thank you, guys.
Purple
And 20
Jesus,
more.
20 more years.
Purple
Just
Jesus now
not
has 15
tonight.
accounts. He has 15 accounts right now.
20 more years.
Ronaldi.
Let's just win, man. Keep stacking them up. Let's just keep winning. I just want to enjoy this season. Have fun. Skol. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Let's Skol is a really cool podcast. I hope you guys continue to watch it. I think that there's a lot of fun shit that happens on here, and please just like enjoy it. Thanks, guys. Peace out. Let's go.
Shaq.
Thanks for everybody who joined us tonight. Make sure you guys leave a like. It helps us grow. Leave comments. We'll always come check through, read the comments. You can check us out on Facebook, YouTube, TikTok. Keith be all making all the videos. Make sure you leave us feedback, and we'll give back feedback to y'all.
Purple Jesus, hope to talk to you. Cody.
Hey, we ain't like any other Vikings podcast at all. In my opinion, I watch all these podcasts. I watch
Jared Goof.
I watch Purple for the Win, on his YouTube. I watch Purple Daily, and like they're very intelligent people. I mean, they're very good at what they do, but they're very serious. You know what I'm saying? And we just try to bring out the fans. We want to bring out the fans' emotions in this whole fucking thing. Like, hop on with us, drink some fucking beer with us, dude. It's a bunch of dudes at a bar right now, just talking shit across of it, And that's all we're doing here. When we talk Vikings football, we're very passionate about it. We love this fucking team, even though some of us come out here with, hey, we're only winning 7 games, like me and Fish. Like, we're pretty assholes about it. But we love y'all, and we want you guys on the show. So don't be scared to come on. We're not going to be talking so much mad shit with you unless you're the opposing team or that Packers fan named Andrew. Just come on the show and just enjoy yourself. Drink some beers with us, man. We'll tell you, hey, take a shot. Hey, just chug a beer. Like, this is Vikings all the way. We sit every Sunday at 1 p.m. Well, it's 4 p.m. this weekend, but we sit and we watch the game and we're still drinking beer. Just have fun with it. And if you're drinking tonight, be safe with it. All right. Don't drink and drive. Don't beat your dogs. Don't beat your kids. Don't beat your wives. Be safe. Have a plan all the way forward. And always, let's go.
Let's go.
This reminds me of a time back when I was a young kid. Fish, you might like this story. All right, everybody. We'll see you on Sunday after the game for aftercare. Until then, let's go.
We love you, Randy.
We
love you, Randy.